Anyway, I heard a thing about Bungie doing a thing
About
in
Solar
this week's
3.0.
Bob.
It's all Solar 3.0, right?
See, that's what. See, I have a guy that says he found a leak, and he says it's not Solar coming; it's actually Arc 3.0 coming, and he is adamant that this
I
leak
think we
is
should each take an
real.
opposite direction. I think one of us should be convinced it's Solar, one convinced it's Arc, because no one knows
Ooh.
any of the difference. It is what it is, and just don't acknowledge each other saying the opposite thing.
Peroty, you know what
What?
I see here? I see triple or nothing bet.
Ooh, ah,
No.
No.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicated in bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran Guardians alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy playing even more. So with all that said, let me hand you over to your hosts, the Triumph Hunting Titan Nitedemon, the pink-panted pansy Peroty, and your Hunter Master Rager, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life!
Yeah, I'm on my way home still. So I got
Yeah?
like 20 minutes before I get home.
Okay.
That's why I'm talking to you through the van radio.
I wondered why you sounded so weird.
Weird as in distant, or weird as in what?
Like traveling weird.
Like you hear a bunch of wind in the background, kind of weird?
No, just like it sounds like you're traveling.
Ah, yeah, I am. And where is young Peroty? He is 1 minute late.
He is.
He super is. I still can't play Destiny.
I don't think
Even
it
on my
matters.
laptop, I'm still getting that marmot error. And they're like, "Oh yeah, well delete the what's the anti-cheat thing called?"
Yeah.
They said delete that folder, and then whenever you start the game, it'll rebuild the folder because that's what your problem is. I'm like, all right, cool, fine. And that didn't work, of course. And this is after, by the way, me refreshing files, uninstalling, reinstalling, and then trying it on a different machine. Like I have the desktop and then a laptop, right? Same problem on two different machines. I'm like, WTF, man? I'm starting to think maybe I got banned. I was like, did I do anything to get banned? I don't think so. I'm still pretty clear from PvP, so I don't think I got banned, right? So I'm trying to come up with all kinds of reasons, like maybe I've been shadow banned or something. Maybe
Yeah.
Bungie didn't like something I said on the podcast. It's like, all right, Respawn, kiss my ass. There you go. You just don't play the game anymore. And I still can't do anything, man. It's crazy. I have mixed feelings about next season's armor, right? And what about you? You digging the themes or what? You happen to be a ram next season? Actually, no, you're not a Titan anymore. You're a Warlock now, right? So you're what? You happy to be a Hawk
I was
or whatever
a
that
warlock
is?
for a couple of weeks, just to help the
Yeah.
cause.
Yeah, no, you're a Warlock main now, bud. Sorry.
Gotta help the war effort.
You've abandoned your Titans by teaming with the Warlock, so you got to be a Warlock.
That's not how that works.
I mean,
You say abandon, he says ally.
Yeah, same thing. Wait, no. He abandoned his Titans. He didn't ally with his Titans. He abandoned them. He gave up before they even started. He's all like, nobody knew anything except we knew Warlocks were gonna win, and he jumped ship. Yeah, I'm gonna bet on Warlocks because there's no way Titans are gonna win.
Yeah, because we all threw our effort behind the Warlocks. Because we have allied with them to be like, come with me if you want to live.
Word.
No, we won already.
Anyway, so what's the status? I'm guessing Warlocks won, right?
I mean, based on the email I got earlier, Warlocks have taken 10 days. And Titans have 2 or 3, and the Hunters have 1 or 2. Something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Where did that one be? May 19th. Let's see. Oh, come on. Where's the stupid email with the actual... We're Bungie. We're good at email sometimes.
Right. I would like to see the graph when they come out of how that played out. Because with so many hunters, they only won 1 or 2 days. That seems a little wrong.
They all gave up ahead of time. I mean, you knew that was going to happen.
I mean, did I? I knew the Warlocks were going to win because I assumed numerical shenanigans. That's why I thought they were going to win, because Bungie was going to somehow find a way to make them win. That was my assumption. But I didn't think Hunters would
If you can't tell, at the moment he's travelling home.
Oh, I couldn't. I was finishing up a battleground thing I was running with Pan that our third person abandoned us immediately, so it was the two of us, and we were both running stupid weapons, so it took longer than it should have.
Yeah.
I can tell that I have 6 Guardian Angel medals. I've insulted injury 21 times, but the important thing I'm trying to look at in this email doesn't want to load. So I don't know how many days anybody has won. It doesn't want to load anymore.
I don't think Hunters have won 11 days. So either way,
I was going to save this until you got home and we were actually in the show and stuff. But yes, the Warlocks have won. They won 2 days ago when they won their 10th day.
Yeah,
so
that's as much.
And I even prepared a song for you.
I want to see how they were stacked.
A song?
I prepared a song for him.
Okay, yeah, yes.
I don't think you deserve a song because you jumped ship and
I prepared a song for you.
Here, bud.
You know, it's in your honor. Yeah. So as of when was this email said? As of 19th, as of yesterday, the Warlocks had 10 days, and the Titans and the Hunters each had 3 days. So yeah, numerically out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oof.
We've paid our dues and waited 2 years. We did our sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes. We had a few. We've had our share of sand kicked in our faces, but we've come through. I mean, we mean to go on and on and on. Yes, we are the champions, my guardians. And Warlocks keep fighting till the end. Yes, Warlocks are the champions. Warlocks are the champions. No time for hunters. Because Warlocks are the champions of the Guardian games.
You just admitted it right there twice.
Just for
you. The champions. So you are in fact Warlock main now, right?
No,
you
said that.
No, just
you admitted we are the champions. Meaning
I played as a Warlock for the Guardian games. Yeah. I helped the cause.
You're a traitor to your own kind. That's fine.
He's been a traitor to his own kind since day one by that definition, because he plays all 3 characters because he wants to hoard all of the things.
I want all the things.
He's never been a main of anything other than a Destiny main.
No, he's definitely been a Titan main according to the hours played. Definitely. Yep, definitely a Titan main. Yep. Well, he was. Now apparently he's a Warlock main since we are the champions, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, well, probably because his email also probably told him that he has spent 100% or close of his Guardian Games time as a Warlock.
100%, 100% as a Warlock.
Yep, mine too. It's I basically touched the Titan one because again I don't care in this point in the season. I went to the Titan only to turn in the last 3,000 Iron Banner tokens because I was like, let's see if we can get some decent weapon or armor rolls out of this. But beyond that, I don't care what else is there. And the rest of the time was spent trying to get armor rolls for my Warlock, so the Warlock can actually have something after not being touched for the last 2.5 months.
You wrote the song especially for that, you see. I thought, I put a bit of effort.
I mean, I'm just glad you came to terms with the fact that you jumped ship. That's fine.
Look, at the end of the day, Peroty and I playing Warlocks had no bearing on this whatsoever. Losing this bet.
If anything, it's good for the franchise. I mean, now we're 2 Warlocks and a Hunter, right? So, I mean, yeah.
I think next season it's 3 Titans.
No, again, Just because I lost the bet does not mean I'm a Titan.
It sort of depends on which subclass they do and what Plunder the Booty or whoever wants to tell me I should run for the rest of the season.
You willingly playing a Warlock and me being forced to play a Titan are not mutually exclusive, okay? You have chosen to be a Warlock.
By your logic.
I am forced to be a Titan.
By your logic, if I've chosen 3 weeks of my Destiny time to play as a Warlock, and you're saying that I'm now a Warlock main, you playing as a Titan next season.
Are the champions.
You next season playing exclusively as a Titan only.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Titan Warlock.
What is the word you just used? You just said you chose to play.
What were half of the words in that last sentence?
For 3 weeks. What was the word there? You chose.
His guardian, his choice.
Very important. It's very important.
My Titan fully supported my Warlock turning in medal.
Sorry, dude. No, it's recorded. You've admitted to playing a Warlock. Yeah, you've admitted that you are a Warlock by saying we are the champions. You didn't say they are the champions. You said we are the champions.
Because I played as a Warlock.
He's part of the champion team.
And now you're saying that you chose to play Warlocks for 3 weeks. And you're trying to replace doing that. Somebody being forced to play a Titan. Those are mutually exclusive, bud. I may have lost a bet, and I will honor that by playing a Titan. But in no way, shape, or form does that mean I'm a Titan main, bud.
Nobody said you were.
No.
He did.
Only by your logic.
No, not by the logic, because by my logic, one chose and the other's forced. So you're still not even using my logic against me.
Why would you fix the Bungie?
Fix the what?
Why would you fix a thing that's over? Why?
What do you mean? What happened?
Oh, I just added it to your report.
Oh, like the Guardian Games numbers or whatever?
Why would you not? If there's an issue with medallion progression going slower across the board, why would you not just sit on that until next Guardian Games and not tell anybody? Or be like, yeah, we saw it was an issue, but like it's basically just medallion progression is going slower than we thought. We've pushed to fix. Why? Yeah. I mean, unless people are trying to get the things done, but it's like, why at this point with like 2 days left in the thing? Just hold on to it. Like this whole event was kind of a mess from start to finish. Why not just wait and be like, yeah, no, we're aware of the bug. We decided it wasn't worth fixing because we didn't want to. We're preparing for a new season. We'll fix it by the time next Guardian Games comes around.
In the beginning, wasn't there a glitch were getting too many medals than they were supposed to in the beginning, and now they're saying they weren't getting them fast enough? I'm very confused.
No, that was the.
No, the title just wasn't dropping in the beginning.
The title wasn't dropping at the beginning, and people were cheating, getting to the 10%. Or I say cheating, they were using
it really
cheeses that were available in the game to get the medals in game, not the actual medals. The like the Guardian Angel, wasn't it? We were discussing last week where you killed 2 of you would die on the team, the other person would res, and then you'd take it in turns to res each other just to get the high score. It wasn't anything medal-wise.
It's basically just running up the strike scoring score. So your singular strike score was really high. So congratulations, you got your platinum medal done and in the 10%. I never got to the 10% because I never ran it as a team and cared that much. Because I'm like, if you give people a thing to go after, they're just going to cheese it to get that number up higher. I'm like, I don't care.
Today
I don't care
to
for
do
an emblem.
Oh, this week you still have this weekend to kind of do that if you want to.
Yeah, I'm not going to be online most of the weekend though. So it's my anniversary weekend. I'm not going to be around this weekend for
Monday,
Tuesday.
Yeah,
but still, it's just an emblem. And besides, like, what do I need to get at that point? 300,000, 500,000? I know they basically changed it so it's like the top 20% from the top 10%. Because again, everyone was running the score to 600,000.
300,000. Jesus Christ!
Well, people were posting like 500,000, 600,000 points.
Yeah, no, with a cheese. Yeah, but have you ever gotten a score of 300,000 legit?
Yeah, legit last weekend with the Proving Ground strike, I legit got 326 with the team. And that
Yeah,
was going through and working together, killing because you in Proving Grounds you didn't have the Lucent Brood.
Was that
so
a Grandmaster or what?
No, it's a 1550 strike.
Yeah, the Guardian Games has a match made or a non-match made 1550, and it has a strike scoring, so it gives you the medals that drop to boost up your scores.
Okay, I was thinking
no.
straight up Nightfall scores. I'm like, God damn, 300,000 is
yeah.
high.
Yeah, no, it takes advantage of the strike scoring.
Yeah,
gotcha. Fair enough.
But what was good about what was quite funny about the Guardian Games was that the Warlocks really tooth and nail for the last 2 days that they needed wins, I believe 9 and 10, and literally the day after they just dropped the mic. They just went, "We're done. We're out. That's it. Warlocks over. You can take whatever's left.
It doesn't matter. We can put the 4th stringers in now to finish out the season, so none of our stars get hurt."
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, now that everybody's won one Guardian Games, I'm hoping to never see this game mode ever again.
Until next year.
I don't want it next year. There's no way to make it good, man. There's no way to balance it.
You know they're going to bring it back, and it's going to be just as broken the next time. It's like, if you're going to have a thing, can we maybe... I mean, again, things are hard. Like, I understand that testing is not ever going to catch anything, but it feels like you launch a thing and your one single reward isn't being rewarded. Feels like an issue.
Have you learnt your lesson now?
No,
because you won't remember for the next time.
He will. This is 2 times painful.
No.
2 times playing as a Titan is 2 times too painful.
100%. I'll just know that, whenever it comes to a bet where I have to depend on hunters, like, I'll take the next one.
Yeah. Bet on yourself, not on your clansmen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clansmen,
exactly.
Kinsmen,
if it's something that I have to do,
classmen.
Fine. But apparently, hunters just they've been letting me down. They keep picking the wrong fucking armor. They keep not playing Guardian Games. Anyway, but yeah, no.
Are you really
trying to herd the cats.
Cats?
Yeah, hunters are cats. You're trying to herd the cats into one direction, and they're just not.
Are you nearly home?
Yeah, I'm nearly home. I got about 10 minutes.
Well, why don't we get going with the part that he doesn't care about anyway? Or do we? Do we have any of that?
We don't have anything.
I keep forgetting the season is upon us, and because it's a secret.
It is a secret. And I was playing earlier, and normally when Next Week in Destiny pops up, I'm normally playing, and I just take the picture, and I go, "Here's what's happening next week in Destiny." Oh, and by the way, hello everybody, welcome to the show. We just started talking.
Yes, we do.
Normally, I take the picture and put it in the chat, but nothing came up today. It came up about trials. It came up about something to do with the Bungie store.
You missed it then. They don't love you. You don't get to know what's happening.
Is next week a secret? And I was like,
it is Tuesday, right? The next season starts Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
As in this coming Tuesday, as in a few days from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But not for Night Demon. Night Demon's been put on probation. Yes, wait.
That doesn't make any sense, dude. Like days before the release, nobody's saying anything. WTF?
Well, I have a secret leak that I was able to find. So would you like to know what's happening next week in Destiny?
I would.
Yes.
I really would. And so would other people. Next week in Destiny, Season 17 begins. We can delve into an all-new dungeon. The weekly raid and dungeon rotators go live. Become humanity's champion in the Proving Grounds Nightfall. And Peroty, tell us about Momentum Control.
Momentum Control is back on the Crucible. And hopefully it'll be your week 1 challenge so you can go get your 50 kills in Momentum Control, because that's a game mode where all your gun damage is turned up to 11, your respawn time is super quick, and there is a control aspect, but let's be honest, no one really plays a control aspect because you're dead by the time you hit the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hunters, for those of you that don't know, your best bet is to go stripper pole or tether for this game mode.
No.
Reflect all their supers back at them. All of them. Reflect them back.
No, you're going to be wanting to run your ARC 3.0 reworked subclass, with your new Arc Thunder Shield that comes down from above using the Thor Hammer artifact.
Ah, that'd be awesome.
I know. I can't wait to run it.
Yeah. You guys do get the hammers.
Yeah, so that's next week. This week. And Trials is up this weekend, which by the time you hear this, it may not matter to you anymore. But It has both the freelance playlist and zone control trials. So if you want to unlock a couple more engrams and get another shot of messenger, now's your chance.
I'm guessing that he's gone because he's now going inside the house.
It's my guess as well. I was figuring that was him dropping out, not one of the bots.
So yeah, Respawn will be back with us in a second. Now that he's actually got home, I've got no lost sectors only because the lost sectors do change every season. So at the moment, where we've got we've got Dreaming City, we've got the Throne World, and we've got the Moon. There's potential because they updated the database last year, well, just before we had the Witch Queen drop. They updated the database with improved lost sectors on the EDZ, so we may be getting EDZ next season. And as we said, Bungie have not released anything this week. Everything is a secret. Normally we have quite a good privilege of doing the recording on a Friday or Saturday. Once like the TWAB's out and everybody else has done their recordings on the Thursday with their live TWAB readings, normally we have a trailer. Normally we have some extra details that have been either leaked or there's something on Twitter. We've got nothing else apart from the TWAB as well that other people have got. So I suppose we can kind of continue with that. I mean, also Eververse, no Eververse, because when the game goes down on Tuesday for the update, that's when everything will be updated. So that's why there's been no data mining as such to leak anything. So yeah, we're just left with whatever DMG has given us in this week at Bungie for the 19th of May, 2022.
Just mostly just a tease. You're trying to live in 2020, and I will not have it. I will not stand for this. We've made it past. So the top part of this is, Black and Bungie put out a statement, and Bungie put out a statement this week about the terrorist attack that happened in Buffalo, New York, which if you're not in the US, you're going, yeah, another shooting. We know that's what you people do. If you're in the US, another shooting happened. That's what we have here. Bungie condemned it. We condemn it. Don't shoot people. Shoot people in the game, not in real life. It's mean.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. I mean, just we don't get to hear that much about. I mean, we hear it's like there's been a shooting in a school, or there's been a shooting like in a mall or something. But in general, we don't get to see any more of the details. Sometimes your president makes a funny mistake and says something funny in the speech. We hear about that.
What? Countries are hard. It's hard to keep track of which ones you've invaded and which ones you haven't.
What? Yes, dear. They're talking.
What? What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's great. Oh wait, actually no. Wait. Hold on. I'm getting a late breaking update. Xur is selling the Telesto before the new season drops.
Oh, that's never a good thing.
No.
Season of the Telesto. Everyone go to Xur, buy 3 Telestos. You're going to triple equip a Telesto. It's going to take primary ammo, green ammo, and heavy ammo. So when you're running your Arc 3.0, it's going to be a 3.0 Telesto build. That's what's happening next season. The rest of your exotics are getting deleted and replaced with Telestos across the board.
But Telesto's void, not Arc.
Oddly enough, this
Not
season
anymore.
I haven't seen that many Telesto builds with the Void 3.0.
That's what
Which
Telesto wants you to think.
Yeah, I thought there'd be quite a few builds with it, but I haven't seen that many. But yeah, sorry.
People are just afraid because they don't want the game to be completely broken. So they're giving Telestos a little bit of breathing room. They're like a Void 3.0 season and Telesto would just be too much for the game. The game would just crash and we'd all be sad. So next season is season of the Telesto.
Well, Bungie in the past have made political stances and statements on their stances on like certain issues.
They're a company that does video games, just
But
like Disney. You're
we
designed for entertainment.
We
Stay the
here
fuck out of politics.
We here don't normally make any commencement on such issues. I would like to take this time to say that on behalf of Two Titans and a Hunter, that's all three of us, that we would like to say that we are fully behind the hashtag Justice for Johnny, because it is near and dear to our hearts. This is something that I think that we can all get behind.
We can, assuming that she is lying. It's not over yet. I don't want to say. I do believe.
No. We're just saying hashtag Justice for Johnny.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That's all we're saying, and not any of the other hashtags.
Yes. Johnny needs man.
I legitimately had no clue what you were talking about there for a minute. I actually had to look up the hashtag to figure out what you all were talking about. I was like, Johnny who? Johnny what? Johnny where?
Johnny Depp, yeah. Zepp actually has a good point. The only political stance we should have on this show is that hunters need a vanguard. That's the only political stance we need to take.
Oh, sorry, no, yeah, we'll change it. Hashtag Justice for Hunters.
Justice for Hunters.
Justice
Yes!
for Cade.
Yes, absolutely.
Cade 7, let's go.
Oh, that's actually, you know what? That's the title of today's stream. Hold on. Hashtag Justice for Cade. Two Titans and a Hunter.
So the Guardian Games is over, or coming to. I mean, it's not over, but it's basically over. It's coming to a close. If you want your emblem for the top 10%, you can still do that until Tuesday. Nitedemon tells me. You can turn in lots of pretty medals, and pick up all the motes, and then feel good about yourself, making Grandma happy with you. You can jump on little platforms and pick up all your lovely chests for doing all the good work.
Is it Grandma Stranger Danger doing it again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grandma's
that's her job.
She's got stuff. She has loads of stuff to give you.
Does she? Well, let's see if I can get it.
So earlier, I feel like there was a second page to Grandma Stranger Danger.
Yes, there was.
And then my second page went away. What have I done to break it?
And I was confused. Well, it gave me the boxes, I think, at the reset 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you mean in-game? A second page?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
a second page.
There was a second page of presents, and I was like, oh, great. I can, buy a bunch of presents at the end of this because, I don't know, I should get something out of this event. And then it went away. And I was like, did I break it? And I've been participating. Like, I've gotten the thing the last 2 weeks. I've unlocked all 8 chests and the thing to get the loot. Like, I've got 50,000 titles that I've broken down, all but like 2 of them. But I have no second page at Grandma Stranger Danger. Can I haven't, or have I just not been a good boy and don't get presents?
I think you automatically get them now, because if you look at the
is that why you'll turn into a thing and like 8 items will drop for you?
Yeah, I think that's when you look at the quest tab and it says if you get to this certain point of bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, it gives you the picture of that little box that you used to get on a second page. And I think it just automatically gives it to you. But as we discussed this week, Bungie haven't really been forthcoming with what they've been updating on Twitter. And I mean, again, this week, there's not been too much information about what's going on for next season. I think they're all just kind of bunkered down and heads down, ready for the next season. And that's it. So a slight change of a page missing isn't really too much of a concern for them, because they're all gearing up for next season.
Am I going to get in? I have character selection! Okay. I'm not in yet.
So have you guys, well, Respawn, you haven't played it, but have you enjoyed the Guardian games so far, Peroty? In just getting millions of things to break down?
Best games ever.
I've enjoyed the part of the games where it's, pick up a thing, go do an activity, come back. I wish the contender cards... I like the contender cards, and I like that they're for individual things. You're like, okay, I'm going to go run Nightfalls. Let me pick up a Nightfall contender card and go do that. I'm going to go pick up, go do Gambit. Let me pick up a card for that. I like that it's, again, more than like just a strike playlist.
Oh.
Because that was sort of our complaint when this thing was launching is, hey, you can go play strikes and different kinds of strikes. And that was it. I appreciate the expansion of it. And I really appreciate 1550 match-made Nightfalls.
Yes.
I have run more Nightfalls in these last 2 weeks than I have in the last 3 seasons combined at a high level and gotten rewards from it.
Oh,
because it's 15-50 match made, which is wonderful. That, I mean, the strike scoring is also awesome. I love the strike scoring. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it for sort of what the other things that it brought to us is, not so much for the games itself. The games itself, it's fine, whatever, but give me the strike scoring. Give me the 15-50 match made Nightfalls. Give me, you know, the title. I'm so sick of that gun. I'm so sick of it. If I never see, I'm breaking them down out of spite now. I'm not even looking at them to see what they are. Just going, I don't care. You're not going to live here. No one loves you. Go
wow,
away.
that is
fine.
Strong emotions there, bud.
I mean, honestly, I would like an emblem to count how many titles I've received.
I'm definitely in agreement with you, Peroty. I love the strike scoring, and I think that could be improved. And I think things like working together as a team to get different medals rather than trying to cheese like the angel medals in the game, more or less like, you know, trying to get all the different kills and all the different use different weapons to get different kills. Could progress the game mode even more, like we had with the strike scoring before. You know, do certain things in certain ways, or even getting through the nightfalls a lot quicker gives you more a boost in points. Whereas you could kind of get to 15 minutes, cheese an area, and just kind of farm it, then move on to the end of the strike, be out of time, but still get an extremely high score to get into that 10%. And I love the enhancement prisms. The enhancement prisms more from those 15-50 nightfalls. And I've had so many of them. I've actually been able to go to Rahul in the tower. I'm now up to 7. I'm like, oh my God, I've actually got so many of these. I've got 7 of the golf balls. I've got 43 enhancement prisms still. And I've got so many like shards as well now. I'm nearly up to 9. I'm not as high as you, but I think it's 767 it says on my thing at the moment. But those things have been amazing to drop. And like you, I've been dismantling the titles so much. I think a couple of weeks ago when I wasn't with you and you were talking about, and I asked you a question in the chat about, have you dismantled enough stuff with the gunsmith to get to level 16 to get your golf ball and your ascendant alloy for crafting? Because I thought it was like 1075 parts that you need for each level, but it seems to go up each level. I've now got to level 15, so I've got another 1,400 things to disintegrate to get to level 16. And I think if people aren't playing it as much, the progression for the gunsmith this season hasn't been as good as it had been in previous seasons, if you know what I mean. I mean, people could
no, not at all. Like I've at this point in the season, I have like piles of engrams sitting at every vendor because I just largely haven't picked any of them up. I have not reset Rahul once this season, and I've gone down through my vault and deleted like 200 things yesterday.
Not Rahul, the gunsmith.
I've again been deleting.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, you know, the progression is much slower.
It's gotta be, dude. Because if you downloaded that much and you still didn't level them up, I don't see how you could. Because I haven't leveled them up at all either. You know, and I've cleaned up my vault a few times. You know, before this whole Guardian Games thing started. And same, dude. I have yet to level him up. I want to know how much you have to dismantle before he levels up, because it's crazy high, man. And as a matter of fact, after cleaning out my vault multiple times, my score for him is only at. Give me a second. Yeah. Come on, bro. What you got?
What rank
11.
are you with him? You're at rank 11. So if you hover over the emblem up in the top left corner, it'll tell you the more weapon parts that you need to dismantle to get to the next level. How many is it?
I'm at 637 of 775.
Okay, so it goes up each level. I mean, like it does with all the other kind of vendors. So to get, like I said, from level 15 to 16, it's shot up like about 200 more parts. And I mean, I played Gambit. I think I've played Gambit today for about 5 hours. My eyes are bleeding. I've managed to I ranked up, got the shotgun. I reset it, and because it's double XP this week, and it was the only thing left to do is get the blooming ornament for my shotgun. And I'm back up to level. I think I'm back up to level 15, and I've got, I think, another 3 games to play. But I don't want to get, you know, I'm not going to let go of that streak, 5-win streak or 5-game streak that I've got at the moment. So my eyes are bleeding for playing too much Gambit, but. Even with getting,
that's why you have children.
And even with getting the stuff from that, and I've put on my Ghost that I get another piece of armor or Gambit stuff to drop at the end of the match. I'm getting maybe 2 legendaries and maybe a blue every now and then, and that's only 7 things to dismantle to go towards this 1475 weapon parts. It's like I've got about 900 left to go, but I was like, I honestly don't understand, if you're not playing this game constantly, day in, day out, how they expect anybody to rank up the gunsmith. Because I'm betting that he, unlike Xur, in Eternity, Xur doesn't they said that once you've ranked up with Xur, he doesn't like reset every season. But I'm betting that the gunsmith does with all the other vendors, because once it gets to the end of the season, everything gets put back to 0. So next season you'll have another chance to go and get your golf ball and your Ascendant alloy. So I'm desperately trying. I don't know if I'll be able to do it by Tuesday, but I'm desperately trying to get there and dismantle. I don't think I'm going to do it, to be honest, but I'm so close to getting these 2 things that I've worked so hard to get, unless I dismantle, 3/4 of my poor old vault space.
Which honestly I wouldn't put past you, but no, dismantling his vault space? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, my mind was in the gutter. Yeah, no, you wouldn't do that. My bad. I don't know what I was thinking.
So I'm at rank 15, 499 at 1475.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
See? So close.
Yeah, I'm almost there. But again, it's like, and I've got like 30 Vanguard engrams 30 Gambit engrams to go get, and I've got 8 or 9 from Save 14.
Good
and I've got,
God, dude!
I think Crucible and Vanguard I've cleaned out.
Yeah.
Hawthorne, I haven't talked to Hawthorne in weeks.
I cleared her out today.
Yeah, no, I've got so much there. Yeah, Save 14, I need to go visit and get some more summoner rolls and maybe a messenger or 2, but I feel like if they're bringing Desperado to other things, why bother? Yeah, but honestly, the biggest, sort of going back to the Guardian games for a moment, my Warlock, who again, I have not touched at all this season, like not even a little bit. I now have like a armor set that'll give me basically a 100, 190, and 80 on 3 stats from nothing before. I've got, I think it's sitting at 1580, 1579, something more like that. Like I've basically been able to play an entire season of Warlock and get enough high drop armor to have a couple of armor sets where I can run. Like I can't get like, double or triple 100s yet, but I can get like 190 somethings and 80 somethings and actually have some good armor to play with going into next season, which was sort of my goal. I'm like, well, if I have a place I can sort of farm armor, and I'm going to turn on all those Iron Banner tokens as well, mostly for the armor, it's been a really nice sort of armor farm at the end of this season.
For your Warlock.
Yeah, for the Warlock. The Titan largely has a lot of that stuff, but the Warlock had nothing, and the Hunter has nothing, but I don't have time to play all 3, so 2 characters is better than nothing.
The funny thing was, for me this season, my Titan obviously was my main for this season.
Yeah.
And going into the Guardian games, I was at 1559 with 1 piece out, which was my helmet. And I just needed that 1 point to take him to 1560. My Hunter was second at the time with, I believe he was 1557. And then my Warlock was way down at 1555. Now my Warlock made it to 1560 before my Titan even got his helmet. And even though I'd been playing my Titan, I was like, this is ridiculous. But at least I've got 1 character that got to 1560, so I could unlock the challenge and get that done. But yeah, I mean, those challenges, just to get the last couple to get that large pile of bright dust, I mean, it was worth it. I think it was like 4,000 bright dust in the end. And it was a challenge because I had to get a Grandmaster done. And bless him, I played with Blue and Pony last week, and I rallied them together, and I was like, we're going to do this. We spent about 5 to 6 hours playing the Birthplace of the Vile Grandmaster. And we failed at various different attempts, but a couple of times we got to the boss room and then just got absolutely decimated. And it was heartbreaking. So I thought, I said to them, we'll come back and we'll try it again. Do you think I saw them online the next couple of days?
Nope.
Did I ever? Them two abandoned me.
Dipped out.
Not what they left me. I had to LFG it. And even the LFG groups that I played with, we got to the final room and it all fell apart. But I did get one group that did fantastic. We all worked really well and it went amazing. And I changed my subclass. I stopped playing as Void and I went on a Warlock with the new manacles that if you can throw out the cold snap grenades just continuously. And I was doing that in the boss room, just freezing everything and blowing everything up, and just because all it is in that final room in the Grandmaster is just the ads just everywhere. And you come back from teleporting into that room and the ads and the champions every time you spawn back in, it's like, oh my god, it's just. But yeah, we managed to get it done, and I was so glad about those. It was good fun. I really enjoyed it, and I got used to playing that Nightfall and really enjoyed it towards the end. I don't think Pony and Blue did, but I did. It's like,
well, I mean, they dipped out on you, so yeah.
Well, I mean, say that. I mean, 5 to 6 hours.
They're like, hey guys, let's finish this again tomorrow, and they're like, no, we can't.
They didn't even say no. They just didn't even turn up.
They were sending text messages to each other. You gonna be there? No, you hell no. All right, I'm not gonna show up.
If you can't be found, you can't be wrangled.
I mean, accurate.
Yeah. But yeah, I those challenges. The only 3 that I had left to do out of the 69 is the ornament, as I said, for Gambit, and the 2 raid ones. I hadn't done the raid and I hadn't done the raid challenges. But that was a slog. Blue and I did the Vox Obscura Master, which was harder on, I think I was on my Titan. I swapped over to the Warlock and did it on the Warlock. And again, I was using, I think it was the Void 3.0 or the Stasis. And that went a lot easier because the ad clear for what I had, I kind of, because it was stuff that I'd already used in the Grandmaster, and I was kind of used to kind of doing a lot of ad clear and getting through those rooms quicker. So when we came to do the master version of the Vox Obscura, it went a lot easier. So yeah,
it's good training to. Yeah, the Scarlet Keep I ran last season when I had to get all my stupid strikes and nightfalls and whatever done, and I ran that thing like 30 times in a week or something. Yeah. At the end of it, I was like, I could do this in my sleep. I know where everything is spawning. I know where everything is coming from.
You remind me of, there was a Netflix movie that came out called Hard Mode or Boss Mode, and yeah, he was doing the same thing. Like it was one of those Groundhog Day type movies where he's living the same day over and over again. And like, yeah, he's just throwing a grenade behind him. As he's getting dressed, he's dodging all these knives and bullets and stuff like that. He's getting dressed. It's like, yeah, I can imagine Peroty just tossing a grenade behind his back without even looking, kills 5 people over there, pops the bubble right when some guy, I mean, I could totally see that. I totally see that.
That's what it felt like. I made the decision early on in this season. I'm not chasing. I'm not chasing anything in the last week. I'm not trying to kill myself to get anything done. Thankfully, I didn't have to because I got the things done that needed the grind that needed it. I got all my reckless endangerments. I got all my ornaments for it. Still haven't completed mementos. Have you guys received, installed, or thought about any mementos?
Yes.
Because I've got like 3 of them for Gambit.
Yeah,
and I've got them in 2 weapons. One of the weapons is because I think things unlock at level 10, 20, and 30.
Yes,
the weapon is only at like level 25 or something. So I've unlocked like the shader, but then not like the fancy ornament. So that's what I was just curious if either one of you had thought about, cared about.
Once I heard that it was only an ornament and you can only use it on one weapon, and then a shader.
Yeah,
and then you can only use it one time and it goes away. I'm just like, that is an awful lot of work for just that. No,
it's not one thing and it goes away. It's you keep it on there at all times. So my glaive, my
but
Enigma,
you can't use it on a different gun, you know.
No, but you get a different memento for each thing. So I've got a Gambit tracker on it. I've been using it in Gambit, so it gives me a Gambit tracker. It gives me a title, and only when I can't see it in dim at the moment, but it actually says a title for the weapon as well, like Hive Killer or something like that on the description when you actually inspect the weapon. You get the exclusive shade at 30, and that's the title. The Primeval Usurper is number once you've unlocked it at 20. So yeah, if you hover over it, it tells you what it is. So you get shader at is it shader at 10?
Okay, honestly speaking though, okay, is it worth it?
Yes. Well, it's a free thing. You play Gambit, you get these mementos to drop.
Right? Like, if you play,
it's just something extra to put on your weapons.
But do you think that is worth grinding?
No, you don't grind for it. You just get given it, and you can only hold one at a time, which is the only
random
issue.
Yeah,
oh, it is random?
And that's
you had to do X, Y, Z stuff to get it.
Yeah, no, it just shows up totally randomly. And that's the thing, because I've gotten, I think, 3 this season, and I've equipped them all because I knew I could only hold one, and I haven't seen another one since. Now, granted, I haven't, no life Gambit, because I think it was Gambit, Trials, and Grandmasters is where they've come from. I mean, I've played a bunch of Trials, but I haven't played Trials well, so take that for what it's worth. But I haven't seen any other ones since I got the couple and installed them, so I was like, did I hit a limit of what I could have? Because I thought it would be sort of a thing that sort of continues to come.
One at a time. But if I got a Nightfall one, so at the time I had a Nightfall one in my inventory and a Gambit one, and I put the Gambit because I was constantly playing Gambit. I thought just in case one drops, I'll go and put it in one of the weapons. So you can get various different mementos to drop. So like you said, you can get one from Trials, one from Nightfalls, one from Gambit at the moment, and you can hold one of each in your inventory. So yeah,
so you can get those. I've apparently hit my Gambit limit and my memento limit because I get no more mementos. Sorry.
I don't know whether I got the Nightfall memento.
I don't know, because I don't feel like Bungie has said anything other than these are things now. Like they haven't really mentioned the word memento since the season started, and they told us about them.
I see.
See, I don't know whether I got the memento for the Nightfall from doing like the Guardian or from the Grandmaster. I feel that it was from the Grandmaster because there was loads of stuff that just dropped down my screen.
Yeah,
I think I got even 2 golf balls from that at some point, which I've used.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said it was only Gambit, Grandmasters, and Trials is where they come from. Like, I don't think they come from regular Nightfalls or regular.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's high level hard content. Yeah, and you get it, and you get for lack of a better word, a shader. Yay.
Normally, I give you guys tips, tricks, guides, and builds at the end of the show. I only have one video that I wanted to go over quickly. Hopefully, if I can get this podcast done and edited and out before the Guardian Games disappears, there is one video that I watched this week that really helped me get some of the medals for the Guardian Games. Now, Respawn, there's quite a few of these medals that you can get from just playing the Guardian Games playlist.
I don't really think it matters at this point.
Well, they're nothing. They're
nothing. Continue. No. What are you going to say?
I'm saying the medals that you can get from just playing the season.
Yeah.
They're not groundbreaking. It's not triumph score. But the thing is, where is it? Active triumphs. Let's just have a quick look. So in this season with Guardian Games, it's the Vanguard medals. There's 47 of them. And I think we went over them just before the Guardian Games. Now, there are a couple that are like really hard to get. They're the gold ones. So you've got Precision Frenzy, which is rapidly defeat 9 combatants with precision damage. So you've got to kill 9 people with headshots in a row, straight off.
When you say there is Guardians or just
combatants?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, things like Surgeon General, which is without dying, defeat 30 combatants with long-range weapons, which is scout rifles, bows, sniper rifles, or linear fusion rifles, was quite easy because just don't die and just use bows, whatever, scout rifles and things like that. But some of the other ones, I mean, I did get Master Blaster, which was 30 combatants with grenade launchers and rocket launchers without dying. I've only done that twice, though. We did a flawless fire team, which was quite nice. Finished the Guardian Games playlist without anyone in your fire team dying. But I think the 3 that are really hard, well, quite hard, is Master at Arms, which is rapidly defeating combative weapons to earn Vanguard medals. Now, I thought that is like, as it says, it's got a picture of primary, secondary, and heavy. And the 1 kill of each, bish, bash, bosh, done. No, it's not that. You have to get 3 kills with your primary and wait for the medal to show up on the screen. Then as soon as that medal shows up, whip out your secondary, get 3 kills with that to get the secondary medal to pop up, and then whip out your heavy and get like 3 kills with your heavy. That will give you the Master at Arms. Virtuoso is rapidly defeat combatants with ability final medals. Now, this is another gold one, which is you have to get 3 melee kills to get, I think it's Brawler medal to drop. You then have to get 3 kills with grenades, or with 1 grenade. You have to get 3 kills with it. And then you have to get 3 kills with your super back to back to back. And you can't kind of pause. As soon as that medal hits that you've got the Brawler one, or you've got the Grenadier one, you then have to move on to the next one, to the Brawler, Grenadier, and then the super one, to get the Virtuoso one to drop. But the hardest one of all was the Jack of all trades. So you either had to do the Master at Arms first and then the Virtuoso, or Virtuoso first. So you either had to do your ability kills first and get those 3 medals to drop, and then go straight into 3 weapon kills for each thing. And in playing in the Guardian Games playlist, you either had to be with like other players that knew what you would do, willing to sit there for hours upon hours waiting for you to kind of get these medals to drop to then do it. And it's quite hard because there's not many like strikes that will give you just enemy after enemy after enemy. And I watched this video, and I can't remember who it's by, but I will put it in the show notes. A guy said, what you want to do is do the Cheese Forever trick of getting into a solo match-made activity. Now, this was a video that Cheese Forever put out, which was that if you sign on to, he uses the Xbox at the time, sign on as another profile. So I used Phoenix's profile to sign on to Destiny. You go to any activity. So in his video, he just shows going to the EDZ. He said at that point, then come out of go to your menu and then select switch profile. You switch to the profile that you then want to use, which was me. I then back up into my profile. At that point, you are then in kind of your own solo match-made activity of anything. So you could go to the tower. There's nobody in the tower. You can go and do strikes. There's nobody else in the strikes. And it worked with the Guardian Games playlist. And you had to do the best strike to do it was the one on the Cosmodrome with the Warsat, where you have to go and scan the Warsat. And they just drop the enemies out of the skiffs, don't they? The Fallen just drop down. That was the best one to kind of do these medals in. So that's where I was doing it. And this amazing video kind of from Cheese, and then this other guy's like saying, do this, and you'll be able to get it. Worked out brilliantly for me. So I was able to get those medals, and I was only able to get one of the Jack of all trades. But the one I was having issue was with the which one was it? It's the Precision Frenzy, which was rapidly defeating 9 combatants with precision damage. And normally the medal pops up on the screen and says, "Oh, you've done it." And I was like, relief, done Jack of all trades. But the Precision Frenzy one, every time I checked, wasn't coming up. I was like, for God's sake. And then I played and I was like, I'm getting really fed up with this. I'm going to turn this off in a minute because I've had absolutely enough. And when I went to check, it told me I'd done it 4 times already.
Yep, that's Bungie
I was like,
for
you are kidding me. I've been here for, and I think I'd spent like about 3 hours trying to get these medals that you don't get any score for, but because they're in the game, I was like, I have to get these, and I've got to do it.
Completion has got to complete.
But the thing is, I haven't been able to complete everything else. But these things, I thought I can go and do that. I can get that. I can tick that box. I can get all 47 of those medals and say, yes, I've done all of that. I mean, the only one I've got left to do is the Tower's Finest, which is the 10% emblem, which I hopefully should be able to get done this weekend, and then tick that box, and then I've done all the Guardian Games ones. They've got me hooked with all these different things. I'm not sure they're going to have me hooked with the stuff that we're going to discuss in the TWAB, with what's coming up, with them changing different ritual activities that we're doing, but they got me with these so far.
They'd be too busy chasing your iron title anyway.
Oh yeah,
everybody is playing the Guardian Games right now, and I can confidently say everybody because I'm in a matchmaking activity, and there is nobody on my team. I am halfway done with the activity. There's nobody on my team.
There maybe something that I dropped into your your report that may be affecting your and others' match-made gameplay at the moment.
Okay. Fair enough.
But to go back to the Guardian Games thing that you were saying, the fact that you can pick up those cards and you can go and do those activities. But what I don't like is the fact that you can only pick up one and then it locks you out of anything. So you are then tied to going and playing like Gambit.
You're not locked out of it. You're just not going to, progress that card. I mean, you can still absolutely go do other things. It's not like the game says no.
Yeah.
But but I totally know what you mean. Like it's still like you can't progress this one thing you've picked up. Why not let me pick up 2 or 3?
It'd be nice that you could pick up 2 or 3 different things. You go, I'll play a Gambit match. I'll go and play a Nightfall. Yeah, I'll do what I want to do, not what Bungie tell me.
Bungie says play the game how you want, as long as you do it the way we want you to.
What's scary, I think even Blue Screen was saying to me, so like, if I dismantle this card and go and play something else because it says I won't be able to reacquire it, can I go back and get it? And I was like, yes, don't worry. It's just one of them things that just, you can't continue your progress if you pick up another card, where if you're like at 95% and you dismantle it and go and pick up a different thing and then come back and get that one again, it won't be at 95%. It'll just be at 0 again. So it's just one of them things where they don't communicate that they should communicate.
You mean Bungo being Bungo? That's impossible.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
It would have been nice for somebody, maybe 1 or 2 people at Bungo, to have played like a little test version of Guardian Games and written a little bit in the TWAB and gone,
now you're asking people to do their jobs, and I think you're being a little unreasonable about that, all right?
I know. Do their jobs, play the game, and enjoy what they're doing, and then explain it.
You're being a little excessive, and I don't appreciate that.
But that's our job, to play it and figure it out and tell people what we figured out.
It's cheese and froggy. What y'all guys find? Oh yeah, we'll let everybody else know.
Something I have found out by just playing the game myself, and I'm not sure if I've heard anybody else talk about this. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have ever heard it.
Knew that was coming.
The transmog bounties that you can collect from Ada 1 down the bottom of the tower.
I have no idea.
Right. You can only do 10 per character each season.
Per season, yes. That much.
Sort of, from what I found. So on my Titan this season, I picked up all the bounties apart from the raid one because I knew I wasn't going to be able to do the raid one. And every time I mainly did Crucible ones, but I picked up one for Vanguard, one for Destinations, one for Gambit, one for Strikes, etc., etc. And I kept going back, and because I was playing quite a bit of Crucible, I kept going back and picking up the Crucible one, turning that one in. But the other ones had kind of only had a little bit of progression on them. And what I found, I'm not sure if anybody's actually covered this, is once I got to 10, she wouldn't let me buy any more bounties. But what she didn't know was I already had.
She didn't know?
Yeah. What Ada 1 didn't know is that I already had 4 other bounties on me that I just needed to complete, like the Gambit ones, the Destination ones, the Strike one, and then there's something else I can't remember.
From this season or previous season?
This season. Because I'd already picked them up, and I don't know whether it was because they were just in my inventory and I hadn't completed them. You can pick up the bounties, and if you complete them and turn them in, you can turn in like 10, and then she won't let you buy any more. But if you've already got them in your inventory, you can complete them, and she will give you more transmog or the synth weave after the fact. So I was able to do 3 or 4 more bounties after she told me I couldn't do any more this season, and got more transmog for it.
Take a guess how many of those bounties I have picked up this season.
None.
Or any season.
No, I dutifully did the ones last season, and then I said I don't really care about the rest of these things until you give me a way to organize all of these shaders and ornaments and armors and things, and I go, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I still hold on. Let me see. I'm probably gonna get killed. I don't care. From the very first time they gave us Synthweave, I still have some of those left over. I'm trying to see if I can see where they are.
If you go down into your character customization screen at the top, it'll tell you how many you've got for each.
And keep in mind, I've never done one of her bounties since conception. Okay. I have 0 templates. I have 5 bolts. I have 9 plates and 5 straps. So yeah, I don't know what any of that means, but I can still
Those
transfer.
are all numbers. Mm-hmm.
Those are all numbers, and I've never done a single one.
And you can only get 15 per character. So I thought I'd found another glitch today. I'd got to 15 on my Warlock, and I stood at the synth thing, and it kept going, you can turn in 100. I was like, well, I've turned in 100. Am I getting more?
No.
And it just kept going. And I thought, I'm sure I only did one of these, and it just kept going round and round, going, yep, you've done that. Yep, you've done that. I'm thinking, how many of these have I honestly haven't done that many bounties. And it wasn't until I actually went to the character screen and realized that it was at 15. And until I transmogged something, it then took it away from me. And it was like, okay, you can only have 15 per character.
Oh, hold on. Somebody's pointing out. I don't know if this is true or not. Demon, you probably know more than I do. But they're saying that these are colorized. Hold on.
They are.
So,
it's blue for hunters, yellow for warlocks, and red for titans.
Okay, so for my hunter, I still have 5 left. For my red is what? Titan? For my Titan, I have 9 left. And for my Warlock, I have 5 left. So, and this is from the first ones that they gave us in the beginning of the first season that you do it. That's what I
believe they gave you 10 to start off with.
It was 10 or 20, something like that. Yeah, I still have that many left.
Well, we'll get there. I think it was because we are just a few days out from the new season. You know what that says to me? That those 9 that you've got on that Titan, that's 9 things that you could try and make your Titan look like a hunter for next season.
Look at my Titan right now. She already looks like a hunter.
Well, there you go. You're all set.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm basically holding out for the quality of life improvement of let me organize my armor sets or search them or just interact with them more than here's a plate of cheeses.
A few days out
which one you want to install
as we record and as they drop the 12.
We were making a joke the other day, me and a buddy of mine that played Destiny. We're like, if Elon's buying literally everything under the sun, maybe he should buy Destiny and let us do some of the stuff that we're talking about.
Sony.
Well, that's a new development. Okay, Sony's a new development. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's funny because after all this time, and when you were all excited about we get more slots, we get more armor.
We haven't got that
vault space.
He isn't excited yet.
But you were all excited about it, and I was just like, okay, we got a thing. And then when you showed me how much of the thing we had, I was like, is that it? Is that literally it?
Yeah. Well, we'll get there because we are just a few days out from the new season as we record this and as they drop the 12. They are covering quite a few systematic changes coming to Destiny 2, sandbox changes, ritual reputation changes, and a few other details on how gameplay in general will be updated. Many of us, and when they say many of us, I mean almost every single one of us, you, us, yeah, all of us, have been asking about new stuff.
And nobody's getting any answers. We're literally 3 days away, and we don't have answers.
What is Season of Redacted about? Do you guys know?
Who knows?
I don't know.
You're going to be handed a Sharpie and a bottle of whiteout, and that's your next seasonal challenge.
Yeah, what's the new Armor 3.0?
Ark already said.
Yeah. Which subclass is getting the 3.0 treatment? They don't know. Silly me, I even clicked on where's the trailer? Yeah, Mylan Games.
I saw that on Twitter the other night, him screaming about, it's hard to be a content creator if we don't know what's happening.
Oh, you mean on Twitter? I saw that too. They're like, yo, the new trailer, what?
So if it was down to you, Respawn and Peroty, which, we'll go with you first, Respawn, which subclass do you want next?
Want? Oh, want. Okay. I want Solar because I want my throwing knife to be better for the hunter.
Peroty?
I go back and forth because I'm interested in. I feel like Solar. I can envision more what you can do with it. Arc, I have a harder time. Arc has always felt weak, and again, it's been the subclass they haven't touched in a million years. So maybe I just need to open my horizons of what Arc could be. I don't see like how they gave us all the verbs about Void at the beginning of the season with the Devour, the Suppression. I'm like, sure. What would Arc be, and would it be powerful enough to be satisfying? And I don't know. So I'm more curious about Arc, but I want it to be Solar, I think.
A buddy of mine was coming up with some terrifying Titan Arc stuff, right? Because he's a Titan main. And he said, what if you had the Superman slam, right? And when you hit with the Superman slam, instead of bouncing off, you transitioned into your Fist of Panic. And I was like, oh, no. That is all kinds of evil. I don't want any part of that.
I was like, you can sort of do that now with the middle tree. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, no, to go from the Superman's hit into multiple slams on the ground.
See, like it's not even the supers I'm more interested in. I'm just like, what's my gameplay like? Like, what am I going to be able to do? Like, I really enjoy the void suppression and detonator strapping to people's chests and blowing them up. Like, I really enjoy that loop. I really enjoy that fantasy. I'm having a harder time in, Solar is easy. You set everything on fire. That's easy to understand. I get that. Arc, it's like, again, you electrocute them and maybe it chains. Like, I want there to be something cool with the chaining of lightning. I feel like that's a really cool effect that I want to see more.
You don't have that outside of that exotic, do you? Outside of the...
No, not really.
Yeah, you don't have chain lightning. Even hunters have chain lightning.
I've been playing with the Warlock and trying to get chain lightning kills because I've been trying to clean up all the subclasses of getting different kills with all the grenades and the supers and everything. I've been enjoying the chain lightning thing for the mob, the ad clear and just the fun you can have with it. So there's your long answer to, I think I want it to be Arc because I'm more curious about Arc, but I also just want to put a Lorelei helmet on and go to town.
Dude, you can do that right now. Have you not seen me play? Lorelei helmet, blinding grenade launcher, Tommy's matchbook.
Well, that's everybody at Trials weekend before last too, or last weekend. Not everybody, but
really with the matchbook.
Not with the matchbook, but just hanging out in the fire. Like you don't need the matchbook. You can just hang out in the fire, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
And it's worse if there's two of them.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
but I think it's going to be Solar because I think where they haven't touched the Lorelei helmet, they know that something's coming for Solar. But if it's Arc, I want the Destiny 1 grenades for the Titan to come back, or just across the board for everybody. That way it's fair, because those things were amazing in Destiny 1. And the sticky lightning grenades that the Titan had in Destiny 1, where they you instantly threw them against the wall or the ground and they instantly popped out and they did so much damage. They were fantastic. I mean, they still are fantastic in Destiny 1. With Destiny 2, they're a lot weaker. They start off very weak. There's quite a bit of a time frame before they even start popping out with the lightning. And I think if they, like they did with Void, where they gave everybody all access to all the grenades, then that would be fair because everybody would have access to these amazing lightning grenades. But I think it's going to be Solar.
I just like them to turn up grenades overall. I feel like if you're going to make my grenade take longer to charge, let it be something powerful in PvE and PvP.
Look at this logically for a second. Devil's advocate here, right? If it was going to be Solar, like everybody's been assuming up to this point,
not everyone,
why haven't they said something? Well, the vast majority of people have been assuming it's Solar, right?
Because Bungie's like, we don't have to tell you what you want. We're going to leave you. You complained about us over-explaining and spoiling things, so we're going to spoil nothing.
That's a fair point.
I think they're doing. You've hit the nail on the head with this one. I think you've got it right, because I think trying a new tactic with how each season goes. I mean, a trailer, we get so much information. I mean, just look at Forsaken, where we got a trailer of like a full-blown thing of, that this character's going to die. And it's like, and everyone was like, why are you telling us this like 6 months before the season even dropped?
They should have told us that. Like, that's a huge spoiler. Whether or not we have Void or Arc for the next thing, I don't think is that big of a spoiler, No.
But I think where they've gone from throwing everything at the wall and going, here's everything. This is what you wanted. You wanted to know everything about this. We've done Vidocs. We've done these videos. We've told you in like long twabs about all these different things that are happening. I think we're now going the other way, and maybe it fits in with whatever this season is going to be. Because I said, I was talking to Peroty earlier, and I think I forwarded him a Twitter post. I'm not sure if we're going to discuss it, but I think it ties in with the name of next season, which possibly could be the reason why it's being kept so secret.
Oh, so you send him a Twitter post, huh? I see how it is.
Because you scream about not wanting spoilers every season, so you should be happier than anybody, right?
Oh, and that as well.
Yeah. Mr. Respawn,
I
don't want any spoilers.
Don't come at me with your facts and logic. All right,
so let me play devil's advocate and come at you with Respawn wants no spoilers. So Bungie said, you get no spoilers. We will spoil nothing. You will find out on Tuesday what you're getting, like everybody else.
I enjoy that, yeah.
Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, which is normal reset time for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not, you'll have access to the new season at Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's, you'll find out some more information because, as I believe we read on further.
Should it be both?
No, I believe that the system goes down. We're all in the dark. Then they share the stuff.
Oh,
and then I think,
later on Tuesday.
I think it doesn't come back until 11 a.m. Pacific. But we'll get to that in a minute. So what's going to be the final 12 before the launch?
This one.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're going to what the downtime is for the update 4.1.0, which kicks off the season of the Redacted on Tuesday.
If you don't know what it is by now, what are you doing with your life?
It would be funny.
Yes, it would be funny if we knew what you were saying.
My team's connection just died after the word funny. It would be.
It would be funny if for one season they just left it as Season of the Redacted, and it was just about redacted stuff that had to do with Rasputin or something. That would be funny.
That's what they're doing right before Lightfall. They're like, we can't tell you. Something is happening.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
It's a secret.
So as my mic keeps cutting out for you guys, maybe one of you guys should tell us what the Destiny event updates are.
Okay, I can do that. Boom, 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 boom. Destiny event updates. Once a season, Guardians get the chance to take a break from our galaxy-saving duties to relax and reflect on special annual celebrations. I almost said the other A word. These themed events, which include Guardian Games, Solstice, Festival of the Lost, and The Dawning, have become an integral part of the annual flow of Destiny 2, where players can celebrate together and collect cool rewards along the way. I think the last half of that paragraph does not apply to Guardian Games. It's not integral, and you do not get cool gear.
And I'm not sure at what point we get a break from our galaxy-saving duties. It's not like we've been out baking the hive ice cream all this time.
That's right.
We've been baking cookies at one point, so that kind of counts.
Jess and Dotto are redoing everything in Destiny 1, and there was a voice line that says, we have to stop the hive before they spread. And Jess is like, I think we failed at that, because here we are, how many years later, and hive are still everywhere, and now hive have light? Yeah, we botched that up big time. Right?
Didn't we also have an event called the Revelry?
Yeah.
We forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I want the Revelry back. I want flowers. I want flowery armor.
Never happened. For
the Christmas,
Revelry, we don't talk about it.
Yeah,
that's
the Dawning. Yeah, that'd be.
We also don't talk about the Warlocks winning, but
we don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be enough of that later. But what there isn't enough of is that over the past year, the team has been working hard on giving many of these events a makeover.
Making them.
This effort began with last year's Festival of the Lost, which featured new twists like Monsters vs. Dinos, Community Poll, and Giants Ghost Stories.
Glint's
Ghost Stories.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the Ghost Stories at all?
Yes.
No, I remember Glint saying something. I don't remember anything he said though.
Yeah, I remember Glenn being a character vaguely, but I was like, what? Huh? Anyway.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Our goal is that every event provides joy and discovery for new and veteran players. And the enthusiastic reaction to the 2021 Festival of the Lost reaffirmed our plans to keep evolving our events to keep them fresh and fun. While not every event will get a big update this year, we wanted to share a high level look at our plans for the upcoming Solstice event, which begins on July 19th. So they'll give us Solstice stuff in July, but not stuff that's happening in 4 days. Totally makes sense.
It does, because it's just Solstice now.
Yeah. They don't need to tell you. You'll find out in 4 days. You'll know then.
That's right. We've dropped the of heroes from the name of our summer event and are just going with Solstice.
And the reason why they've dropped the heroes is because normally we have like all those triumphs that we normally do with Solstice and the end of the season, but it's not going to be the end of the season because it's moved to February now. Oh, not the end of the season, but you know what I mean, the end of the Solstice of Heroes, didn't it? With all the different triumphs that we did and filling out the book and yeah.
I thought because there ain't no heroes here.
My eyes rolled in the back of my head, dude. I'm sorry, you completely
I lost you, didn't I?
A little
As
bit.
soon as I started talking, that was it. It's gone. Continue.
While we got a new name and we'll have some beautiful new floral arrangements adorning the tower during these events.
Very good,
Those flowers. Solstice. Yeah, there you go. Those familiar with Solstice events from the past should still feel right at home. As in previous years, there will be an awesome set of armor to pursue. Only this time, instead of completing armor objectives and collecting keys and packages, consumables, you'll be completing event challenges. More on those in a bit. To make progress towards your ultimate glowing masterpiece of bodily protection, I kind of hate that. Every time Solstice armor comes around, I just give me the armor. I don't want to work to unlock armor. Just give me the damn glory.
You know that you have to go from blue to purple to even more better purple.
I know you have to.
Various different things.
I hate that, dude.
You know you have to complete a GM Nightfall to get the arms to glow. Otherwise, you look like the the only child in the room that hasn't had a packed lunch packed from the parents, and you have to go off and have school dinners.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest changes you'll notice with Solstice is that we've changed our armor experience a lot. Players will only upgrade one set of the Solstice armor throughout the event. While you can get multiple instances of the helmet, for example, upgrading armor will allow you to reroll its stats, and the stat potential of the armor will be shared across those drops. Another new feature coming to Solstice is an activity in the European aerial zone called Bonfire Bash. With the Guardians will be building and stoking what can only be described as paracausal bonfire. Paracausal bonfires? Are you?
Mm-hmm.
So don't stand in them, Guardians, because you could die permanently. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. So for those of you not in the know, the only thing that can kill a Guardian is a paracausal weapon. So apparently having a paracausal bonfire is the ultimate Burning Man.
Question: can I use my paracausal weapons to stoke the paracausal bonfires?
Let's find out. Always. All the enemies of the Summer Fun, including the Taken, Cabal, Hive, and Fallen, will be attempting to crash the party and extinguish the fires. In your mission to guard the flames from wave after wave of incoming enemies, we've made it easier to traverse the EAZ, that is the European Aerial Zone for those not in the know, adding floating islands and removing building barriers for maximum maneuverability. So yeah, it does sound like you can just kill them and throw the bodies on the bonfire. That's what it sounds like.
I refuse to get excited about another quasi-firefight horde mode because I know it's not going to be that. I'm not going to do it. Mm-mm.
One set of armor that you can re-roll, but I'm guessing that's one set of armor per character. So one for the Hunters, one for the Titans, one for the Warlocks.
And
so I'm still going to have to play all three characters.
Is you have to do all that crap 3 times.
No, you don't.
That is what makes it even worse.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, you really don't. You can do it once and barely once. Or not even once at all.
What do you mean?
You could ignore... You don't have to play the other 2 characters. Who cares about them?
No. What I'm saying is, if you wanted the glowing armor on all 3 characters, instead of you completing these objectives on one character, getting the armor, and it being account-wide, no, it's not.
No,
you have to do it per character, and that's ridiculous.
But no one wears the armor after the event, so it doesn't matter. You don't need it on all 3 characters. No, you don't.
No, it looks really good with the Loreley Splendor helmet, and you can have the full set of like Solstice armor with I've got the ones that glow with the cracks in it. So when I'm solar, I'm burning all over my gear. So not just the helmet. So it all fits in with the aesthetic.
19 minutes the exception that proves the rule.
All over everything. Is that what you're saying? Look for more details on Solstice armor upgrades and Bonfire Bash as we get closer to the launch of Solstice.
Do you get a power up if you use the marshmallow emote over the paracausal bonfire?
Well, I mean, wouldn't you just get the death that's on fire
up from running through the bonfires? Maybe you get a paracausal bonus for running. Remember, we had the daily. you had the flash of fire, gave you solar empowerment, and we had the void.
You mean once you picked up the little dodecahedron?
The little orbs, wasn't it? You picked up the orbs on the ground, and each day was a different element. And last year we had the stasis one. You got the power ups, didn't you?
Yeah, you got a power up. Like when you got enough of the solar ones, you like emitted little bursts of fire as you ran around that hurt enemies in your area of effect.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what the other three were, but I remember that one.
Yeah. I can't remember the other one.
If you guys aren't excited enough about the changes I've mentioned so far, what about introducing an event card?
Tell me more. Give me another card to sort. What can I do with it?
With our Solstice event, we're introducing a new feature called the event card.
Tell me more.
In much the same way that Seasonal Challenges introduces an easy-to-understand and find list of goals you can accomplish in a season, the event card does the same for Destiny 2's annual events.
Bungie, we don't believe you.
Now, as I discussed earlier, doing those medals for the Guardian games was quite hard. I had to watch a YouTube video on how to do some of them effectively.
We don't believe you for a second. You're going to thoroughly explain any of this to anyone ever.
Maybe they might do.
No.
Let's give them a chance.
It might help you to know that when Solstice begins, players will gain access to this event card, which includes new points of interest to explore, including event challenges, event seals and titles, and unique event rewards. Every card will be available for free to all players and can be accessed by interacting with Eva Levante, aka Grandma Stranger Danger. I blinked.
Yeah.
In the tower or via the quest tab right next to seasonal challenges. Event cards, and there's hold on, wait, really? You don't have to see her? Eva Levante in the tower or via the quest tab right next to season. So you don't even got to see her. You can just go to the quest tab. Boom, got it.
Yeah, but can you do anything useful from there, or does it just tell you what you have to go see her for next?
Well, apparently the event cards and their associated challenges and rewards can be accessed for the entire event before disappearing once their corresponding event ends.
Interesting.
Let's take a look at some of the individual parts of the event card in order to better understand how they tie into events overall. For example, event challenges. Like seasonal challenges, event challenges are objectives that players can complete to earn rewards. Certain event challenges will award players with familiar items such as event shaders, emblems, and even other gear. They will also grant event tickets. So we have event cards and event tickets. I'm so excited. Every event challenge will be available for players to complete right when the event starts. So you won't need to wait until the next week for additional challenges to become available. Event challenges can be completed in any order and at any point in time while the event is active.
Right, question, Bungie. Why can't you do this for each season?
I was going to say...
10 weeks of seasonal challenges, just unlock them all. Because
Yeah.
if somebody wants to play Gambit until their eyes bleed, wait till the 10th week when you've unlocked all the Gambit challenges. Just unlock it all at the same time. And then that way I can see.
Wrong word. It doesn't sound like you wanted to do that. It just sounds like you thought you had to do that.
I have to do it.
But
I have
regardless,
to get the ornament.
on top of that, let's talk about the event seals and the titles. So now we have to look in two separate places for seals and titles. Oh, I'm so happy. In addition to the event challenges, we're also going to be introducing event seals and titles that you can earn. There are two types of event-based seals that players can work towards. The first one being individual event seals, and the second being a new multi-event seal. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. Are you getting goosebumps? Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Too hot for goosebumps.
Starting with Solstice this year, each Destiny event will come with a seal that players can complete, as well as a guild. Completing these event seals is as simple as completing all the event challenges on its event card. Finishing every event challenge will automatically earn you seal progress and unlock the title for that seal. I don't believe a word of that sentence. I'm sorry. I mean, right now, Guardian Games, right? Hey, all you need to do is do this platinum thing. Bungie, it's not working. I mean, it's not like it's really important for the event.
They've been working on this. They've been working on this. Take them at their word. They've been working at these things.
It's a big rework. It's all going to work beautifully. Yeah. It's going to not be horribly broken the day the event starts.
Never.
Yeah. Hey, Peroty, as a fellow techie, the guy that works with servers and huge upgrades and whatnot, in your career, has a big upgrade ever gone without a hitch?
It depends if anybody used it or not. If you upgrade the thing,
if nobody uses it, it's perfect. Yeah.
If you push the software and nobody uses the software, it works beautifully.
So, gilding the event seals will require completing additional triumphs that will only become available once the standard seal has been completed. Gilding lasts until the event begins again the following year. Progress on individual event seals can be tracked directly in the event card by hovering over the card on the left-hand side of the screen or by viewing the event seal from the Triumphs page. Again, multiple places to look. This is so awesome. Also, I don't see anything possibly going wrong with a book that has... I mean, let me restart. Okay, so let's say you've done 8 Nightfalls, right? You've just completed the last thing on your seal to get that seal. And now the seal says you need to do 5 Nightfalls. You've just done 8. How much do you want to bet those 8 won't count towards those 5?
No, it's definitely not going to be retroactive. It never is. It's going to be go do the thing you've just did and now do it again. This time, though, with feeling.
Yeah, but this time, speaking of which, there's also a new multi-level
marketing campaign.
Sorry,
do I need to tell other people about the? Do I need to recruit Fallen and turn them to Guardians? Is that what I'm doing now?
Yes, and you need to get more Guardians to recruit Fallen into Guardians, and to get more Guardians on top of that. To get more. It's great, dude. It's a plan that can't fail.
We've got these really cool ships. They're reverse funnels. It's not a pyramid. It's a reverse funnel. It's fine. They're cool ships. You just get inside. It's wonderful.
Yeah. There's also a new multi-event seal that event-loving players will be able to work towards. Starting with Solstice, players can complete a certain number of event challenges in each of the 4 yearly Destiny events to complete this seal. This means that the earliest players can complete the multi-event seal will be in the Guardian Games of next year, and doing so will earn them a unique
it's coming back next year.
Title. Well, I mean, I was just thinking you're going to be all over that, and I'm a little terrified. You'll also be able to gild this new seal. Woo! So much gilding! After completing the standard version, and we'll be sharing more details on how to do this in the coming year.
I understand that they're putting these new seals and these new titles into the game and giving us more stuff to do. But have you guys got too many seals and too many titles now? You can only wear one.
I've only got the 3 that I care about. That is all.
This season, I think you're the Risen. If you've done the Deadeye one and gilded that for this season, if you've done your Dredgen one like Peroty does, you can only wear one of them at a time. So you can be Dredgen whatever seal like
4.
Gilded 4. There you go. See, you wear one at a time. And if you're Lightborn and you're proud of just like the 3 that you've got one for each character, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do you think they're putting too many of these seals and titles into the game? Because
absolutely
no, because
yes,
it gives everyone something to chase. I mean, some people, Nitedemon, are going to go out and try to get every seal and every title because you want to complete everything. But I think it's nice that sort of no matter what you do, there's a seal or a title you can chase if you care about it. You can also be like Panoramix 18 that has sworn that as long as he lives, he will never acquire a single seal or a single title. He will purposely never complete all of any requirement to get anything because Bungie can't make him. They're not his real dad. So I mean, I think it's something nice to chase, and that there's one, again, one for the season, one for different activities. If you're like, I can play a lot this season, I can earn the title, that's cool, especially if it's a cool title that you want to have, which absolutely influences my thinking of, do I want to be the thing it says I am, or is it just a title I can unlock because I play a lot of something? It's nice to have, but I like that it's not a requirement, and I like that it's not just for Rage or just for Trials or just for Grandmaster Nightfalls. It's something for everybody.
I think it depends on how you get it, right? Like, the reason I like Dredgen so much is because that was tied to a story. Remember that? You either sided with the Drifter or you sided with the Vanguard, right? And by wearing the Dredgen seal, everybody knows you sided with the Drifter, So that had a meaning to it. That was tied to a storyline event. To me it does.
That's why my Titan is the Dredgen, and my Warlock cannot wear the Dredgen, because my Warlock sided with the Vanguard.
What was the Vanguard version?
Nothing. The Drifter just gives you snide comments when you played Gambit.
I remember, yeah.
Another meaningless event that has no bearing on anything.
If you weren't already as excited as I am about these changes, we also have upgraded event card rewards, guys.
No, I'm excited about these, especially the first one they mentioned.
Well, we'll get to that. But first, a new event means new event-themed cosmetics for Guardians to customize their experience. While those items have traditionally been a part of Eververse Store, with the upcoming Solstice event, we will curate a collection of these items as a unique reward through the event card itself. These rewards will not only be available through the event card during their initial release, but, like most of our cosmetics, there will always be a chance they'll become available again via Eververse in a future date. While the event card and event challenge rewards are free for all players, acquiring these extra cosmetic rewards will require players to purchase the upgraded event card. Upgrading the event card will cost 1,000 silver and immediately grants players an exotic reward bundle. So for $10, you too can have the following things. You can have a hot dog eating camp exotic emote, a sunny exotic ghost shell, an iris grossomer, which apparently is a shader, a skateboarding emote, which is a legendary emote, and 4 things to be determined. The value of these being about 30,000 silver or $30. So, in addition to paying for the season, if you pay for the season, you also have to pay an additional $10 to have access to this list of stuff.
I mean, I'm
not happy about that. I've paid to the deluxe edition of the Witch Queen and got all the deluxe stuff.
Right.
And why am I now having to pay if I want to get these things for an upgrade? I've already paid the Ultimate Edition to start off with. Yeah, I paid for the Ultimate Edition to start off with. I should get this included because I paid for the big thing to start off with.
But you get $30 worth of emotes and shaders for the price of $10. Why should I pay?
How is this different than Eververse?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. I mean, I was sort of the same thought Nitedemon did, but honestly, it's all cosmetics.
It is,
and it's event-based cosmetics. And if Bungie can make a couple more bucks, again, if Bungie can make a couple more dollars, because this is something people would probably buy to then go play. It's not just buying it. Like, I never buy anything from silver. Would I buy this to go play an event to earn more things that I can then put in my vault and not care about? Absolutely.
But hold on. I think it's bigger than that, guys. I think it's bigger than that, because what we're not addressing here is this is 1,000 silver per event. So you pay 1,000 silver to get these, which are associated with Solstice. Here comes Dawning. Well, you need another 1,000 silver for the Dawning version. Oh, Halloween, you need another 1,000 silver for the Halloween version.
And I understand. It is like Eververse stuff. You're just getting Eververse stuff. But with the Eververse stuff, I'm able to play the game.
You're getting it at a discount, to be fair.
But with Eververse, with the majority of the stuff, I'm able to play the game, earn my Bright Dust, and pay for the stuff when it comes up in the Eververse store. And yes, I know they're saying that some of these things might come up in the Eververse at some point. But why if I play the game and I unlock my event card, and I play a significant amount of it, why do I not get? Because I've got the Ultimate Edition, whatever it is, Witch Queen that we bought this year.
That should be included.
Should be included.
Absolutely should be
if I complete my event card, it automatically unlocks for me. Like purchasing the extra ranks. If you want to purchase the extra ranks on your season pass, whatever, have at it. You chuck all the money that you want at Bungie to boost yourself up 10 levels at a chance. But this, it should just be rewarded. If you play the game, you should be rewarded. It should be something that's included.
Well, you can be rewarded because there is a chance.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. There is a chance they'll become available via Eververse. And then that means that there's an additional chance that you'll be able to use Bright Dust instead of silver to purchase it.
Or it's you had to be there then, and you either buy it and earn it now, or it goes away forever, and you either have it or you don't.
Yep. Now, while the event card and event challenges rewards, I already said that part, never mind. Hint, if you aren't sure whether you will complete the event, wait until the last week to make the purchase and see how many ticket events you have accumulated. But don't wait until the very last minute because event tickets will expire once an event ends and the event card goes away.
This is very similar to how Fortnite run with their llamas that you can get, the llama packs. They do sense, and you just normally play the game, and you could just complete the levels, and it gives you like 100 tickets. And to purchase something from like the little store that you've got for the llamas, it's like 500 like for 500 tickets, whatever, and you get 100 tickets for completing each level. So you have to do for like 5 different levels.
Are those seasonal too? Because what you're describing sounds like Glimmer.
It's a different seasonal event. And I believe at the moment they're doing a pirate thing. It was only because I logged on the other day just to see what was. This is the PvE version anyway. I'm talking about.
Not Glimmer, Bright Dust. Sorry, sounds like Bright Dust.
No, but they do event tickets if you play the event stuff, and there is like a Bright Dust thing as well as just playing the game. You earn this stuff to purchase. I think it's Blue Glow or something to other purchase stuff from the store. But llamas are separate. And there's event llamas and there's separate llamas. But this sounds very similar. But with Fortnite, even the PvE, you just play the game, you get the tickets, and you can unlock these things, and you get to choose these things from their store. And none of the things in the PvE thing are you have to purchase more silver or whatever it is, the V-Bucks, to unlock these extra things in the PvE activity. It's just go play the game. We'll give you the tickets as long as you're playing the game, and you can unlock whatever character skin, whatever gun skin, whatever extra thing we've got in the store by just playing the game. This is you have to purchase an extra card for real world money, and then you get earn these ticket things. I don't see how that's fair.
Per season. Yeah. That's what's crazy, man. Per season. Anyway.
Or you can ignore all this completely and I will ignore it. Yeah, I don't need the cosmetic. I mean, this is no different than Bungie going. I mean, I always think back to the I can't remember what exactly Bungie sold when they did like that funded the Whisper of the Worm quest. Like when they sold, I don't remember, ornament or the something where it's like you bought and they were like you all bought this pretty
funded
thing.
The Outbreak Perfected mission, didn't it?
Outbreak Perfected. Thank you. Yeah, now it's yeah. So it's like, hey, you all bought this thing. They gave us money. We could then justify spending that time and effort and money on giving you this cool experience. So I see it. I mean, again, they're a company. They got to make money. 2, it's totally optional and has no bearing on my gameplay other than how I look pretty or not. Fine.
I disagree. Sony have just given them money, or going to give them money because they're buying them.
Yeah, but
if they want to do this, sneak.
But is that Bungie money or is that Bungie TV show money?
If they want to do things like this,
and you need to bring in more income. Could this be a Sony decision?
I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if things like this in the Ultimate Collector's Edition bundle at the start of the year with Witch Queen, and say you'll get everything for this year, that's what I thought we would get this year. That's why I purchased the $70 or $80 thing for the Ultimate Collection. You'll get access to everything. Well, I'm not getting access to everything now. I'm being told that if I have if I want to have access to these things, I've got to then purchase extra things on top of what I'd already kind of budgeted this year. And yes, I understand. Right. I've paid for the Ultimate Edition. I'll get access to the dungeons. I'll get access to all the cosmetics that they gave you at the beginning of the Witch Queen.
Which that gets even better later on because the people that don't purchase the game, it's gonna That's what I was upset about earlier.
But you see where I'm coming from, don't you? At the beginning of the year, when they were selling the Witch Queen, they said you will have access to everything. This is not access to everything. This is we're giving you an extra card that you can is an upgrade event card. Well, that's not everything. That should be.
You have access to it. It's just not free. Yeah. They never said you'd have access to everything for free.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, at the time you had access to everything when that was everything. The stick on everything has moved.
Yeah.
They've moved the pole. Everything is now a different set of everything.
The carrot is just a little bit further down on that stick now, bro.
I'm not purchasing them.
Yeah.
Anyone out there wants to do that, that's fine. But I'm not. I don't generally buy. You play the game. I give them the big pile of money at the beginning of the year to get access to everything, and then I play their game non-stop.
Yeah, I just look at it this way. If Bungie wants to make a couple more dollars, the amount of hours I have played this game versus the amount of money I've given Bungie over 7 years, I'm perfectly happy with that trade-off. And if they want to, optionally ask for more money, if it's something cool, I'll buy it. If it's not something cool, I won't buy it. I pay for the game. The extra stuff, if you want to make me pay for, fine.
But keep in mind, like I said, in their defense, you are getting all these things at a discount. You're basically paying 1/3 the price for all these, as opposed to you buying it at Eververse. So there's that to consider.
You know what there's also to consider?
That's a ridiculous thing. They've put a price on it and said that you're getting this reduced cost.
But there's... Oh, you're so close.
I know.
So close.
I'm sorry.
You're so close. It's
made up. It's made up. It's not a third off.
I'm gonna sell you this game on sale. It's only $60 today. Never mind that it was always $60, but I'm going to tell you it's a third off today and it's $60.
Jesus.
You can be the sucker that's born every minute. Bungie believes in us. And now we have another patch note preview because it wouldn't be a new season without patching something. So the first one, UX and UI, I'm a little curious about. Updated the director navigation header for a new style to make it more scalable. Steam Deck support coming. Steam Deck. So yeah, your director will be more scalable. They've also fixed a visual bug of the title screen if you're playing with an aspect ratio greater than 16:9. Also fixed some inaccurate informational text in the Bungie name change screen after players change their name. So that seems like that should be correct information. That seems important. They've improved the consistency at which PlayStation and Xbox platform rosters update the online status of platform friends.
Thank you. Dude, so many times me and a buddy will be on and I'm like, I don't see you online. He goes, I don't see you online either. Are you sure you're online? Yeah. Are you sure you're online? Yeah. That drives me nuts, dude.
You're not really there. You're not really friends.
Right?
Tears of Eternity, which is still in the game. Who knew? They've increased the strange coins earned from a reward chest from 1 to 3. So now you can have more of those sitting in your Postmaster forever. And this does not affect the number of strange coins earned after a lightning round. That's the same. Your power bands, I can give you a lot of numbers, or I can just tell you, everybody, they all go up by 10. Your power floor, still 1350. If that thing you've been holding on to 6 years is 1350, gonna stay that way. Your soft power cap, 1510. Powerful cap, 1560. Hard cap, 1570. Those are all up 10 from the season we're in right now. And the character boost has been increased to 1510 with the new soft cap. So if you wait, until week 3 and buy the boost, it pushes you to 1510.
Go on.
Yes.
No, I was just thinking because the next line says your vault has been upgraded to 100. So is that right now? Is that active right now?
This is coming on Tuesday.
No, this is the preview. The preview of the patch notes.
And you just spoiled it for everybody now.
This is the known issues and the preview of. While we know it doesn't enable players to save every single piece of loot in the game, the team was able to pull some strings and get a little more space for your vaults as they continue to investigate future solutions. So yes, your vault space is going up by 100. It's 500 now. It'll be 600 come Tuesday, and Bungie is still looking for a longer term solution. So this is the small solution.
T-Rex, give us 1K. What was wrong with why only 100 instead of 1,000? Just
technical limitations. They're looking at other things. Zur, guys, you've been working him overtime. He's been costing Bungie a lot of OT, and they're done with it. His inventory will no longer be different if players manage to find him at the destination shortly after the weekly reset happens on Tuesday. He will still reappear with new gifts from the 9 when he returns on the regularly scheduled time on Friday.
Oh no!
But while his will is not his own, he needs a break each week. No more working overtime.
No more Zur trapping, guys. Lame-o.
I mean, you can trap him. He's just not going to have new stuff.
I mean, yeah.
The increased score in crossbow damage is by 300%, ensuring players will always be one-shot by their attacks, no matter their power level, or how much damage resist modifiers they have equipped.
That's why, okay. Because, like...
That's a joke. Had you for a second there, didn't I?
Here's one for Respawn. I was like, what? Why would that be?
Well, you always complained about the Scorn crossbows, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, they're ass.
Yeah. Well, this should make you happy. The Scorn sniper damage is brought in line or reduced. Why they couldn't say reduced, don't know. The Scorn sniper damage has been reduced with other combatant sniper weapons. So the spread of the projectiles have been increased to reduce the instance of the number of projectiles hitting the player. So you're going to take less damage, not 300% more damage. But Bungie, I appreciate the joke in the 12 because why not?
I don't. That was terrifying, man.
Well, I mean, it was right there in text. What
Demon posted, he didn't post the whole thing. He posted the first part about increasing the damage by 300%.
It's more fun that way.
I am so happy.
I mean,
with Vault Space,
it's a test to see if you read the 12 or not. Yeah. Well, no, we glossed right over that. Yeah. Happy with your 100 more? Are you now at 500 of 500, and we'll be 500 of 600? It'll be 600 of 600 by Thursday.
Hold on. I know I'm up there. I'm like in the 480s or 490s. Hold on.
Oh, no,
after my last purge, I'm at 480 of 500. That's just after the purge.
See, I've seen the movie The Purge. That is not a purge.
Oh, dear.
That is a walk in the park. That is a light day with some rain. I'm at 313 to 500, and that's only
the checklist told me to delete. I have deleted, and I'm still left with 480 of 500. Okay.
You don't need those. I'm at 313, and that's only because I haven't come for the rest of the exotics sitting at 13.
Dude, you're a bad example.
I'm not a bad example. I can play the game just fine with what I have. I don't need 16 versions of everything.
I haven't got 16 versions of everything. I've got versions of some
things.
You
just need a PvE version, a PvP version, and then a couple of extra really good roles that aren't quite meta, but will be meta.
Or ones that are meta for me.
But will they? Yeah. Meta for me. That's the hammer. That's the nail on the head. It's meta for me. Is it meta? Do I really like it? Yes. Slap a full auto mod into it. Absolutely.
The only problem is if I unpack all my characters, I still need like an extra 135 spaces because I just want to have that relief of knowing that I don't need to store everything on my character and then quickly go to the postmaster after each kind of event thing that I've done or each nightfall.
Look, we've said this multiple times, but for you guys that are just joining, we've had this ongoing argument. Bungie wants to create things like what is this right here? This upgraded event called reward list, right? They want to do this to try to make extra money.
Oh yeah, I'd pay.
You want to make extra money, Bungie? Sell vault space.
Yep.
You will fund all the way up to Destiny 10. I promise you.
Guarantee you, it's a technical limitation preventing them. Not them.
They've just proven that they can get 100.
No,
give us another 100.
No, it takes up hard drive space and it takes up RAM. I totally get that, right?
Well, and whatever programming relies on a vault being the vault. That's still code from Destiny 1, probably. Anyway.
I mean, if they haven't changed that code, that's on them. But at this point in time, if they can upgrade it from 250 to 500 and from 500 to 600, there shouldn't be a limitation for them to just making it, a variable inside that function. Let me pay for the variable, Bungie. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Make a team. Hey, you guys, the only reason you live here at Bungie is to make it so that we can increase vault space indefinitely as long as players can buy it. Boom.
And you're okay with the longer loading times of your 1,000 or 2,000 items because you still have to load that in. You have to pull and load that information from somewhere.
I'm happy about it. If I can store 2,000 weapons, but I gotta wait an extra 5 seconds, that's 5 seconds of bliss. Okay.
Until everyone starts complaining about how slow the vault is.
Well, I mean, honestly speaking, no, like Peroty, that's what I'm saying. With the extra money that they're bringing in from selling vault space, you can upgrade servers. You can add RAM. You can add hard drive space. You can hire more people to optimize the code. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that money from selling vault space.
Yeah, but you need to be able to do it first to be able to sell it.
True.
You have to do the work to sell the thing to make the money to get to do the work that you want to do. Yeah, it's a loop.
You're absolutely right. I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. Take a team instead of having a team that made this card with stuff. Have that team figuring out how to increase vault space indefinitely.
They said that they've got people working on that now.
Yeah,
they have a team.
Good,
and they also have another team,
unlimited,
and that's other team. No, it's going to be dungeon diving.
That's the thing you're not happy about. That's going to happen May 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yup. I mean, this doesn't affect me. I've already bought the whole season pass, but for go over it. I'm gonna get too upset. Okay, continue.
Okay, so there's a new dungeon coming because we're getting a new dungeon this season. It's a dungeon of dungeoning on the season of dungeons. Your recommended power to enter is gonna be 1550 on normal difficulty. So if you've played this season, you're there. If you haven't played the season, it won't take you long to get there. The master difficulty also goes live day one, and those requirements are going to be higher because we're not going to tell you. So you get to find out when you get there. And they're going to lure us into this dungeon by saying, here's some fancy rewards you can get. 1 legendary armor set per class. The Artifice versions can be acquired via the master difficulty.
And what is Artifice?
4 new legendary
What's
weapons.
the Artifice armor?
Versions you can get from the master difficulty.
That's the one that gives you the extra slot.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know. I played them twice and I go, yep, that was a dungeon. And
it gives you an extra mod. It doesn't give you like you can only still go like power it up to level 10, but it gives you, if you're doing like barrier champions, you can literally have all the champion mods on there, or like one of each thing.
Oh, an actual like a free mod slot. You can put anything into.
Yeah, it is an actual physical mod slot on your armor. You get 6 instead of 5, or 5 instead of 4, or whatever the frig it is.
Guess what I just learned was in the game as of 2 minutes ago.
We've already talked about it for
even Respawn's talked about it and retained that.
It doesn't. See, dungeons don't excite me. I want them to, but they don't.
But they should.
We gave you 100 more slots for your vault, so now you can put your 4 new legendary weapon rolls in there, your 2 legendary reprised weapons, your 1 new exotic, and your new catalyst for it, and your exotic accessories. 1 ship. Now it says one accessory, ship or sparrow.
I'm just not going to tell you.
So it's going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
And then 2 legendary emblems. And it's the season of dungeons. You can do all your
giving us an exotic weapon for a dungeon. That's pretty good. Instead of an exotic weapon for a raid, we get an exotic weapon for a dungeon.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bit like
Galahorn's the only reason I did the last one. So yeah, I mean that'll give me a reason to go in there, and I enjoyed that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The best way to get this dungeon, as well as the new dungeon coming in season 19, is to get the digital deluxe edition of the Witch Queen. If you have it, you're good. If you don't have it, you're not so good. But starting next Tuesday, they're going to put it on sale for 25% off. Exact timing and duration may vary by platform.
So let's stop.
Pause wait for it to go on sale. Well, I'm saying wait for it to go on sale. If it's not on sale like the moment the season drops, wait for it to go on sale.
Then let him finish everything, and then you have your rant. You haven't had one
if you just want the dungeons, if you just want the dungeons, totally fine. You can pick up both of those as part of the Witch Queen dungeon key in the Eververse store for 2,000 silver, which I now know is $20. Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've built it up for so long. He's been pent up for so many months now. Here it is, your one and only Respawn Rants.
listen, it's not. This shouldn't just bug me. This should bug like I said. This doesn't affect me directly. I've got the deluxe, but what if you couldn't afford the deluxe? Right? You still want the new campaign. You still want the new. I mean, the dungeons and everything like that come with it, right? So you're not playing the free version. You're not playing the free to everybody. You've paid for a DLC package. You paid for the Witch Queen, right?
Right.
The thing about the deluxe versions is the deluxe versions gave you something like an exotic weapon or a sparrow or some kind of cosmetic, right? Something that didn't really matter, right? But
and all the seasonal content.
Yeah. I mean, in seasonal content too, but like the deluxe edition, there was not really a whole big difference between the deluxe edition and your standard DLC. You still got a bunch of the content in your standard DLC. But for them to say that you either pay an extra $20, because it's about $20 between the deluxe and the non-deluxe, right? Like, you can either pay the $20 to get the deluxe and all of this stuff, or you can just get the regular version. And then later on, pay that $20 to get just the dungeon stuff, right? That you're spending the same amount of money for less content.
Well, isn't it the same content?
No, because this is you're paying $2,000 for just the dungeon key.
Yes.
So
dungeons. Did you say dungeons plural? Which I assume also gets you the dungeons coming in season 19.
That means you got all the crap that came with the deluxe. So the shaders, the sparrows, the weapon, all that stuff, right? All that came with the deluxe, including like the advanced season pass, right? Mm-hmm. But if you just get the regular version and then later on pay that $20 for the dungeon keys, all you're getting is the dungeons. You're not getting the exotic weapon, the sparrow, the freaking advanced season pass, and all the other stuff that the deluxe people got, right? You're paying the same amount of money and getting less content.
Well, the SMG you've already earned at this point, and the exotic sparrow is an exotic sparrow, so I grant you that one.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're not wrong. This just looks like you can pay the money up front or pay the money later.
For less, yeah, for less potential content. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's why you pre. That's why you
pay for it anyway. Making people pay for a dungeon anyway is ridiculous. That should come with the content. You paid for the DLC. You might not have paid for the advanced DLC to get all the faster season pass or the exotic sparrow or whatever, but you still paid for DLC. And for them to lock dungeon content, which is a huge part of any new DLC, behind an additional payment of $20 of silver or $20 to purchase the deluxe edition, I'm people out there that see this and only have a certain amount of money to devote to Destiny every season or every year. That is asinine, Bungie. You've introduced a way to get an additional 1,000 glimmer for every freaking season, and on top of that, they have to do an additional $20 just to play dungeons per DLC. That I understand you want to make money. I do. I'm totally for you making money. This right here is a scumbag way to do it. This is not cool. You should totally not do this. And if you have any kind of just decency or loyalty to your fan base, this will not be a thing come next season, right? This is bad. This is terrible. Whoever came up with it needs to be drawn and quartered in the middle of the street and tarred and feathered for the community to see. This is a bad idea. You want to come up with other optional stuff to make money? Great. But forcing dungeons behind a paywall is stupid.
How else are they going to get people to pay for it then? If you just bought the regular version of it, how else are they going to do it?
It's almost like they should collect money from people to fund the making of a new dungeon each season by getting people to pay for the new dungeons they're building each season.
That's why people pay for the DLC. The dungeon is a part of that DLC. The money that you pay for the new DLC goes towards that. Why do you need extra money to go towards the same thing? Don't get me wrong. Extra money is always, business savvy or whatever, right? But you haven't had to pay for dungeons in the past. Why now?
Please go back.
Because they give us
Please go back 20 minutes to upgraded event cards.
That's optional.
So is this.
Or the dungeons.
Yeah.
You can ignore the dungeons.
This is content, dude. There is an exotic weapon, 4 legendary weapons, 2 legendary reprised weapons locked behind this dungeon paywall.
But are they any good? And if you don't play them, it's not the Gjallarhorn. I guarantee you,
we don't know.
people bought the dungeon for the Gallahorn
version of the freaking. They could bring back the mountaintop as an exotic. They could bring back the recluse as an exotic.
Right. And if you want it, Bungie can say, well, if you want this, then pay for it.
You don't need it.
It's their game. They can do what they want.
When you bought the DLC,
you don't need it as an exotic. You can now next season use it in Iron Banner without any repercussions because it doesn't matter what light level you are.
No, I'm just saying, like, we don't know the exotics or the legendary weapons. They could absolutely be the next meta thing. It could be the next Gallahorn.
We had to
level
pay
weapon
for the last dungeon with the 30th anniversary upgrade. You got a few extra things, but it was basically the 30th anniversary was you get access to the new dungeon. And
you got more than that, though. You got more than the dungeon. They give you extra crap.
No,
they give you
because that extra crap was the Days of Eternity, which was free.
Right, and the same stuff you actually got with the content is basically what they're giving you here: armor sets, ornaments, sparrow, ship, emblem, shader, blah blah blah. You bought it for the dungeon at Gallahorn. And Bungie does say in the content, you're buying 2 dungeons released in year 5. Like they were upfront. If you want the dungeons, buy the deluxe edition. If you don't care about the dungeons, don't buy the deluxe edition.
But in year 5, right? Is year 5 over? Is year 5 going to be over next season? No.
16, 17, 18, and 19. That's year 5. Those are your 4 seasons of year 5.
But this
and these 2 dungeons are coming in.
Going to be introduced before year 5 is over.
Right, which you needed to then buy the deluxe edition to get those dungeons, or buy them after the fact with this key. They told you that when you bought the Witch Queen.
I think what Respawn, I understand what Respawn's trying to say. If you bought Destiny the Witch Queen with the seasons, it gives you access to the raids, but it didn't give you access to the dungeons. And they said that at the time. There was a big controversy at the time of, well, we're buying the seasons and the Witch Queen, but if we want the dungeons, we need the ultra super deluxe edition to get access to those. And people at the time didn't understand it. I agree with you, Reese. Understand it because the raids are quite a big thing to create, and they've guaranteed that we got that one raid, and then we're getting a reprise raid, which basically means that they're digging it out of their content vault from Destiny 1.
Right.
It's not going to be too much of a thing, but the dungeons they've had to build separately. And
when does it stop though? Right now they've removed dungeons from your normal season pass, right? Because before in the old season passes, you got all the dungeons.
Yeah.
Now, you have to pay for a dungeon for a season pass. What's next? Now you have to pay additional for not only dungeons but a raid. Oh, you want to have?
I would love.
When are they gonna stop? You know,
I mean, well, the old dungeons, didn't we get those with didn't Forsaken give us a dungeon?
Yeah.
Weren't the dungeons with the big seasonal content drops, not just a 3-month season?
But I think where the dungeons became quite popular, they then started adding seasons, and they've realised that it's something that they can do that isn't a big raid thing. It's not as they've got to put so much work and effort in. I'm not saying that it's not work and effort into it, but what I'm saying is it's not a raid. So it's not one of those.
It is, but people are already paying for that when they buy the DLC.
But I think they realised that they could do a dungeon one season, and they could do a raid the next season. They could do a reprise raid the next season, and then another dungeon. And the dungeons, they could make more money because they do have to specifically make those. Whereas the raids, they're only saying that we're getting one new raid a year and then a reprise raid as the other half of the year, which has already been made. It just needs updating for Destiny 2.
I'm getting WoW vibes, if I'm being honest with you. I saw this and I'm getting WoW vibes. It's like, what's next? We have to pay for dungeons and we have to pay for raids. And oh, by the way, in addition to paying for DLC, now we have to do a monthly subscription of $10, $20, $30 to continue to play Destiny. When is it going to stop?
I think Destiny Bungie are kind of in this quandary of they don't really know what they want to do with their game. They don't know whether they want to do a subscription model where people just pay monthly to play the game, or they want to do a free-to-play model and then you just buy all the kind of expansions, extra things that they want to throw in at us. It's a kind of mixture of both. They want to go, right, you buy the big deluxe edition, but didn't buy the super deluxe version, then you'll have to pay extra for the dungeons and things like that. I don't think even after these 7 years they've figured out their model of what they want the game to be. I mean, we had this with Destiny 1 in the first year, where you bought like Destiny 1 and you bought the 2 expansions, the Dark Wolves, and then the next year they changed it again. They were like, well, we didn't like the pressure of having to do those and this and that, and then they changed it for this, and each year they seem to try kind of change it, and they're still not 100% sure where they want to go. I would be like with you, I'd rather just pay, but I suppose that's because I'm a full-time earner, whatever. I can afford to pay like the big deluxe edition, and I'd rather just pay for that, get it all out of the way, so I can just play for the year without having to worry about anything else. But other people like Riz, like some of the other people in the community that just are basically kids. They can't afford. Their parents won't buy them the full deluxe unadulterated version of it.
It's like, what do you want for your Christmas present? I want the Destiny DLC, right? Something like that. Yeah, absolutely. And like, and the reason I never played WoW was because of that monthly subscription. Because $20 a month for 12 months, you know what I'm saying? Like, Destiny buying everything up front once a year is still cheaper than those people that pay a subscription to WoW. You know what I'm saying? Now you can get into the theatrics of, oh no, there's in-game gold you can use to buy whatever. I don't care, right? I don't know. But the point is, if you're just using cash to pay for your subscription, it's cheaper to just buy the one DLC, or at least it has been for Destiny, just to buy it the one time and then have content for a year than to do this month after month after month after month. Or you pay for the DLC. Oh, now you got to pay for that DLC again because there's this one little part that we didn't put in there that now you got to pay for on top of that. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's either you pay for the whole thing up front or you pay for the thing piecemeal over time, probably at a discount because they put it on sale when you don't pay for it all up front.
I would rather just pay for it all, and then if they want to make extra money, just stick all this stuff, this cosmetic stuff, in Eververse, and just have, if you want to purchase this amazing weapon skin, you can only get it from Eververse, and you can only get it for real world money. Do like what Fortnite do. If you want this cosmetic, if you want this amazing emblem, whatever they want to do, stick it in Eververse.
This isn't Fortnite, though.
No, but that's how.
Well, that's how they should. That's what they've been doing. Though.
No, but they're doing it. You can either do.
That's not sustainable.
But you can earn the actual thing in game. If you want the super flashy stuff, then just pay for it.
Well, I mean, they've been doing that with Eververse for years now, and obviously they're not making enough money with that. And I mean, they've been staffing up like crazy. I mean, I look at this, them going, "We're delivering you more stuff quicker. We need to staff up and do that. We need to make more money with it." It's not like we bought the. I get what you guys are saying, and I get where does this. My first thought is, what if it were raids you had to buy? Swap raids and dungeons. The dungeons you get for free, quote unquote, with what you paid for, but the raids are a deluxe thing. Does that change the math at all for people? And two, I think it's you want more stuff faster. You need to pay for that more stuff. Bungie staffing up to do this. It's you get more things, you pay for it. And Bungie, unlike with some of their other communications, they were upfront with, here's what you get when you pay for it. I would be really mad if they said, hey, buy the deluxe edition, you get your dungeons, you get this and that, and then later on go, oh, actually, with this dungeon, we're going to do it this way, which is sort of what they did with the 30th anniversary, even though that was an option to buy. They had an option to buy that with Witch Queen. You could buy that with 30th anniversary and do what Nitedemon wants to do and he wants to do and buy all the things. But so I don't feel I don't feel tricked, but I just feel like it's either you buy it up front or honestly you buy it cheaper now because they're going to sell it to you for 25% off.
Because before that we got the dungeons, and then here comes the 30th anniversary. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, the Witch Queen didn't come with any dungeons, but you can buy the dungeons for the 30th anniversary. I still paid for it because before it was coming with the DLCs, and then it came separate. And because was like me paid the money for the Witch Queen 30th edition, they're like, oh. People actually buy the extra. If we make it extra, people will buy it. So now they have this thing going on, right?
But will they? I'm really curious. Without the lore of the Gallo, I mean, they put the Gallowhorn behind it.
Yeah, I think Bright Dust is the issue. I think if you couldn't earn Bright Dust and you had no way of getting anything out of that Eververse,
you had to buy the cosmetics.
You have to buy the cosmetics. I think if they took the Bright Dust out of the game, that would be the only way that people would be able to get those specific cosmetics, is to actually use real world money and buy silver. I think using Bright Dust muddies the water of people being able to, like me. I won't buy silver. I will just use the Bright Dust that I save up, and I buy the specific things, or I wait for the Eververse engram to drop. Take out the Eververse engrams, take out the Bright Dust. Whatever you get on the season pass track is what you get. A bit like with Fortnite, if you want anything extra, if you want a different
cosmetic, and then you get the RNG from. Well, no, keep Eververse in to give you that RNG aspect.
Keep Eververse in, but you can only you purchase new skins for different things, like the weapons.
Silver only.
Yeah, silver only stuff. That's it. Then you're drawing a line of saying you cannot earn Bright Dust in game to purchase these things. You can only use silver to purchase these things. You can still have exotics. You can still have catalysts. You maybe one or two things that we'll throw in, like if you complete the raid, you get a specific amazing emblem or like shader or whatever, like we did with Vault of Glass and things like that. But the majority of cosmetics and like emotes and things will be for sale in Eververse. Put some things on the season pass.
I'd be okay with that under one condition. They would have to lower the prices in Eververse to compensate for that. Right? Not by much. I'm not saying like everything has to be dirt cheap at this point.
Yeah.
But for example, the armor for this season is 6,000 silver, right? Or not 6,000, 1,500 silver. That's $15.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking silver.
No, but I'm saying it's 6,000 Bright Dust.
Right. Yeah. Sorry about that. So that's $15 for an armor, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna make everything silver only, that's too expensive.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the economy is set up the way it is now. They'd obviously have to change it if it were silver only thing.
Yeah, but they charge $300 for the shader because now the shaders don't expire, T-Rex. I don't know how long you played Destiny, but shaders before, when you'd use it, it would go away. It was a consumable. Now you're paying $300, but it's no longer a consumable. You can use it infinitely.
300 glimmer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope you're not. If you're paying $300 for a shader, somebody is taking you for a ride, and you should report those people to Bungie immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm also really curious because the last dungeon, you bought it for the Galahorn. Let's be honest. You wanted the Galahorn, you bought it.
Absolutely.
I'd be really curious, again, not that Bungie will tell us, but I'd be really curious to see how many people buy the new dungeon if there's not a Galahorn-esque carrot at the end of that stick.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's sort of why I say, like, what if it were raids instead of dungeons?
We would have to know what the exotic weapon is beforehand, though. And I think if Bungie...
Right. I mean, which we are. I mean, obviously they're going to tell us the day one that somebody gets one when it drops.
The day one, yeah.
And if it's any good. So I mean, it's like, there's a carrot at the end of that stick. It's like that's how I sort of feel like what if raids were paid for. It's like I could easily see myself not buying the raids unless I actually go to run one. Now, granted, again, I'm in the spot where I can throw down $20 without thinking about it, for content like that. And that's not everybody, but the world of what part of this do you pay for? It does become a monthly thing. But you're totally right. Bungie is trying to walk the line of we have a paid game, but we also want to be free to play. So we have a ton of other people playing the game that we make zero money from. Money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah. Which is, we're take out the Bright Dust.
Teetering.
To just get rid of it completely. If you want to reward people for playing the game for X amount of hours, give them a unique cosmetic item, like a shader is earnable from just playing the game over and over again. A bit like they've done with this enhanced event card. If you put in the hours in the event, those things should be available. But there are only other things that are available in Eververse for silver. End of. You cannot purchase it otherwise.
Give Nitedemon an entire pack of wolves that follow him around social spaces for the time he's played in the Iron Banner. That's all we're asking for.
And
or just
while we're at it with this Bungie, if I get an Eververse engram to drop because I have played past 100 on my season pass, do not give me a legendary ghost shell that I've earned 500 times before. Give me something from one of the seasons that I haven't got, because there are many things that I haven't got.
Thank you. Actually, that's in general.
Yeah.
That actually is in general. The Eververse should give you something that you haven't gotten in any one of her ingrams, whether it be a shader, whether it be a legendary sparrow, an exotic sparrow, whatever. It should have a checklist. Does he own this? Okay, yes, then I'm not going to put that in there. Everything you don't have should be the only things she gives you flat out. And if you have everything, Glimmer. Not Glimmer. Bright Dust for the time being, as long as we have Bright Dust. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you should not get repeats. That's dumb. Stop it.
Drop protection would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're gonna have to put somebody on trials to get
drop
there.
protection, because we've seen how well exotic drop protection works.
I was so close. I was so close to having something fun lined up for Trials of Osiris.
Well, tell us about that.
With the freelance playlists and the zone capture weekends. Well, they've learned some great lessons about both of these things and getting people to come into trials. So the weekend that's going on right now that may be relevant to you, depending how quickly we can get this out.
Yep.
We're mixing it up a little. There's a freelance weekend with zone control. And this, of course, is your final weekend of trials, as it's your weekend of the season, until it goes on a short hiatus until June 10th.
No.
Yes.
That's the only trials I actually enjoy is the control.
Well, I mean, go play it this weekend. It's there. You can play with a friend or alone and in your zone control.
I need you.
Look, they're going to add a fancy new fusion rifle and a fancy new sidearm next season when it comes back on June 10th. And they're going to have some fashionable new armor for you to collect. You could be a monkey, or you could be a ram, or you could be whatever the warlocks are, which I don't remember, a bird of some sort.
Now, I asked Demon this earlier, right? The Titans being a ram, obviously, whole W, shoulder charge, right? Warlocks having feathers, obviously, again, right? They float in the air all the damn time, right? I'm torn with the hunters, although we do jump around a lot like a monkey, right? I haven't seen people talking about how we jump around and it's like a monkey. People have been comparing them to shotgun apes.
You're overlooking the obvious, Respawn. You're thinking way too hard about this.
Okay, educate me.
Cape as monkey tail. Period. Full stop.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Are you not looking at the same picture in the 12 that the rest of us are looking at?
I am, but it's like it looks way bigger than a monkey.
Your cape's a monkey tail. Well, I mean, it has to be a cape too. I mean, it probably your tail doesn't start at your shoulders or wherever this cape starts. If we had a picture of the back, cape is monkey tail. The hunter mindset is not, Titan mindset is punch things. Hunter mindset is give me a pretty cape. So they said, how can we give the hunters a pretty cape? What can we theme it like? Monkey tail. Done. I rest my case.
Sir, I'm sold. You've convinced me.
See, exactly. That's all we have to do. But wait, there's also more. If you'd like to kit out your Guardian a little bit more with the Trials theme, there are 2 new cosmetic rewards coming next season. There's a fancy ghost in the preview armor above that you can check out hovering over the Titan's shoulder. And there's also the Falcon's Chase Sparrow that I can't stop looking at. It will be mine someday.
So many feathers are coming in. I mean, your ghost looks like a little hawk, a little feathered hawk.
How have they parked that in the helm?
Season of the bird. Oh, they can do what they want. Season of the hawk is coming.
You can transmat it anywhere, dude. Come on. Can you not transmat sparrows on the helm?
You can next season because there it is right there. So right June 10th, you could be a pretty hawk or a monkey or a sheep.
Yeah, this is the only one that do that though. No other sparrow you can transmat. Just this one.
Correct.
The only reason it's June 10th is if you remember what Bungie said last week about what they wanted to do, about what they wanted to do with events for each week. So obviously we've now got the dungeon arriving the first weekend of the new season, so they want to kind of make that a big event. The next already announced will be the first of the new Iron Banners, and then the following weekend will be trials. So they're trying to keep with the theme of doing something new each week, or not overloading you with too much things like you have to do Iron Banner and a new dungeon. They want you to do new dungeon next week, Iron Banner that reformed the week after, and then you can go and play some trials the week after that. And then obviously something else after that.
Look like a pigeon.
which I appreciate because there's way too many seasonal playlist activities to do in this game.
Fair. I do notice that your shoulders on your Titan is about the same size as the shoulders, if not smaller, than the hunter next to it. What's going on with that, guys? You slimming down for the Titan look?
Hunters are getting beefier, and Titans are getting slimmer. By this time next year, we're going to look like you wearing capes.
We don't know, and you know what it is? They heard that you lost the bet for the second time running, and they went, well, we've got to give him some armor that looks like a hunter.
I need a cape, though. I need a cape. Even if it's just one. Just one Titan cape.
We have butt capes. There's one from Iron Banner. It flows beautifully. Enjoy it.
It doesn't go that high, though. It doesn't go flow. It needs to come from the shoulders down. It needs to flow, man.
It's a butt cape. Deal with it.
Too many giant shoulder pads. I'm telling you.
Oh, but
all right, Gauntlet. I can take this if you're being too buttery, David.
Go for it.
The Gauntlet 2022. Rounding out our week of Bungie news, the Bungie Foundation brings wonderful news of our 8th anniversary participating in the Gauntlet Tabletop Fundraiser. If you'd like to help our team in the competition while also helping to raise funds for important causes, check out the information below. Bungie Foundation, : This weekend will culminate in head-to-head tabletop tournament full of fun, competition, and most importantly, supporting a great cause. Help us raise funds for this year's recipient, Xenomath. What is this? Xenomath is a website for math and children. That's pretty cool.
Teaching children math.
And don't they win every year, Bungie? They play against other like developers and things, and every year the update is we've won again. They just
because Bungie says it's for charity. Let us win. Don't make us look bad to lose our own event.
The other people play for charity as well, just that they always seem to win.
Yeah.
Well, because DMG's over there with a club being like, listen, we're going to win, or you know what happens.
Right. Zeno's mission is to spark joy and inspire a love of math in youth, children, and families through racial equity, family engagement, and play, all centered in the experience of communities of color. Zeno changes the landscape of early math through a unique play-based approach, and they believe that math skills and abilities are essential to leading a full and robust life. Head to our team's donation page to commit your support on or before this Sunday, May 22nd. May 22nd.
So you've probably missed it by the time you've heard this, unless you're listening to us live, T-Rex.
Yep. At 11:59 p.m. Pacific. All right, head to our team. I already said that. Anyone who donates $25 in a single donation to our team page will receive Ven's Pulsar emblem, which will be distributed by Friday, June 10th. That does not get Respawn approval. That is...
I'm not being funny, Bungie and Bungie Foundation, but less than 3 days' notice in general when you drop a TWAB. It's like me saying, "Do you want to come to my birthday party tomorrow?" You'd be like, "Well, no, I'm a bit busy, mate. No, I haven't got $25."
Oh, you think that's funny?
But if you'd have told me like a week or 2 weeks ago, I could have made plans.
Yeah, that's probably why they're only at 66,000 of their 77,000 goal. That's probably why, because nobody knew about it. Bungie, got to give us time to marshal the troops and the dollars.
Right. Stephen Hawking sent out a party.
He didn't do anything.
The day after the party, test time travel. So maybe Bungie's doing something similar.
No, I don't think
nobody showed up.
Rules of the road. To be eligible for the emblem, donations must be made between May 15th and 22nd.
Don't worry, because you won't hear it by now.
Yeah, whatever.
That's it.
No, definitely not.
So you would have had to know about it before Bungie told you. Bungie, your comms are a little off on this one.
Yeah,
you had until last Sunday to start, but we're going to tell you about it on Thursday. So
don't get me wrong. I respect Stephen Hawking, but this is a lesson you shouldn't have taken from him. This is a bad lesson. Release the hounds.
No, release the update, Peroty.
Update.
Release the update. Update 4.1.0. We're up to 41. 41 beautiful updates. The season of dungeons is coming. Destiny 2 will undergo maintenance from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific. make those hours your time zones. I'm not here to do the math for you. I'm tired. It's hot. 9 a.m. Pacific, Bungie goes offline. I'm sorry, maintenance begins. 45 minutes later, you get kicked out of your activity. 10 minutes after, 15 minutes after that, God, I really can't read numbers tonight. 10 a.m., D2 will be brought back online, and 4.10 will be playable on all platforms and regions.
No, it
downloaded
won't.
So probably not
Do
too massive.
not take that as
That's-
gospel. They
that's
rarely
what
ever
they
come back
say.
online at that time.
They also say at 11 a.m. Pacific, 1800 UTC, maintenance will be complete, or maintenance is scheduled to be
Scheduled. Thank you. Yes.
As always, be like Respawn, sign up to Twitter and follow Bungie Help. If for no other reason, they'll tell you when the game is up or down.
Yep.
That's it. Or there's an entire Destiny server and update status help article you can read. Or just, reach out to your favorite Bungie friend and go, hey, is the game broken? They'll be like, yeah. And you'll be like, okay, let me go back to what I was doing.
And
so with
that are on Twitter, like me, by the way, Telesto's already making threats about breaking the next season, so be careful.
Yeah, I mean, obvious. Zer and Telesto are in league together. So this brings us, of course, the end of the season is here. So last chance for Bungie rewards. If you want your 2022 Guardian Games Tankard or Medal, your Psionic Operator long sleeve shirt, which I do want, but it's like 95 degrees, so it's hard to make that choice right now. Your Vow of the Disciple pin, your Witch Queen Legendary pin, or your Risen Seal Collectible Medallion pin, you need to do that before May 31st at 11 p.m. Pacific time.
Right.
So May 31st, so not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday after that.
Right.
Buy the things before they go away, or you'll be sad because you can't buy them anymore.
And if you do buy it before next Tuesday, if you're really, really lucky, you might have it by May 31st of 2023.
Maybe. Now, you've worked hard all season. You've hung out with Zavala, Shax, the Drifter, Saint 14, Gunsmith, Rahul. Maybe you've remembered that Nessus is a planet that existed, or visit Devrim K on the ED. You probably have a pile of engrams sitting there because you haven't picked those up because you've ignored them completely.
Peroty.
You need to do that before the end of the next season because they all go away. Hear that, Nitedemon? Any rewards not claimed from a ritual vendor, Zavala, Shax, Drifter, Saint 14, will be removed at the beginning of the next season.
Why are you eating him? You're the one that just said you got 30 in.
I was just daydreaming because I was thinking, I was trying to remember. Honestly, I don't think I've been to Nessus this season.
I went to Nessus today to visit Zer. That's it. That's the only reason. I forget Nessus is in the game except when Zer is there.
Yeah.
I had to buy my new Telesto because it's going to be a game-breaking Telesto. I had to get a fresh one.
Okay.
Honestly, Nessus is a sore spot for hunters, man, because it's one of the few places you can still hear Cade talking to you.
Right, until they pull out of the game.
Until they pull him out of the game.
And so Respawn, your Vow of the Disciple emblem,
Woo-hoo!
your Cleaver emblem, and associated triumph for the completion of the raid during the contest mode extension has been successfully distributed to all qualifying players. If for some reason you haven't, reach out to Bungie because they say you should have it. So check to see if it's there.
It's probably in this collection somewhere.
I'm looking right now. Flare. Oop, yeah. I have something new in Flare.
Yeah. So for players who have earned the emblem, you had to receive a reward in every raid encounter during contest mode. If your player did not receive a reward after completing a specific encounter, the game did not count that as a completion of the encounter, so you will not get the cleaver. So if you showed up after the team had beaten part of the raid and you never went back to beat that part of the raid, you get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir. And then finally, it wouldn't be our beloved game, without a couple of known issues.
A couple.
So no, there are a couple. The final 2 pages of the Menem sign lore book.
Oh yeah.
You're not getting those final 2 pages. I can't say the word, and you're not going to have the pages, so they don't successfully unlock for players.
Nemesis.
Yeah, that one. Your Nemesis lore book. Mm-hmm.
There you
go. The renewal grasps damage buff may not function within a dust field grenade's area of effect. And just for fun, words and text chat may display vertically.
The exotic designed to function
in the dust field grenade area of effect
might not work within the dust field grenade.
You may have gotten a broken one, yes. Which you would know if you could read the words in text chat, but they may be displayed vertically. This can be resolved by restarting Destiny 2, though. So if for some reason you didn't turn text chat off on your console day one and your words are vertical, you can restart D2 and presumably they'll be horizontal again.
Yeah,
or
but
maybe diagonal.
Turning itself back on, which is stupid.
And that's it. Those are only 3 issues. Everything else you get to find out about later.
Apparently, I have rage report, but it's
Respawn has raid things. Some lovely person built a Warcliffe Coil PC. There's another Warlock.
I saw that video. I wasn't impressed. It didn't. I mean, he took the colors from the Wardcliff and then added pipes to the side of it, but it didn't.
Doesn't even shoot projectiles. If it doesn't like shoot 6 or RAM or something at you, I don't want to hear it.
No, it doesn't even look like a Wardcliff. He just basically took the color scheme of the Wardcliff.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Were you any more impressed with Trampoline, Trampoline?
I actually didn't see that. Where's that at? Oh, no, I didn't see that.
It's the next one down. It's our other montage winner of a Warlock doing Solar Warlock things, which I have also not watched, but I'm assuming it's a Warlock bouncing around because Warlock's got a Warlock.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a Hunter, a Warlock, and a Titan walk into a T-rated bar. Which is just our heading for our artwork. There's some beautiful Titans hanging out with skulls.
Legit.
It's kind of hard to say.
Credit where credit's due.
A beautiful Warlock holding a thorn. I think it's a thorn.
That is a sexy Titan. But credit where it's due. Man.
Before we go, though.
And then a Warlock on a peaceful date night.
Before we go, though, they've got one last spear to throw.
Oh, good, because I've really enjoyed throwing all those spears this season.
Well, good.
Tell us about the spear.
Wow. The Synaptic Spear is pretty cool, right? Respawn?
No.
But what if they made it for real?
IRL?
Yeah.
Cooler.
It might be cool then.
And what happens if they told you it's not just one spear? There are many spears. They've got 7 of them to be distributed worldwide in the US, UK, Italy, Germany, France, Spain, and the ANZ. So I'm guessing that's Australia and New Zealand.
Yes, I learned that.
You did.
It's all one place. Mm-hmm.
The ANZ. These props are powerful 1.1 props. So they're big things.
They're life size, or at least life if Destiny were real.
I'm still waiting on the 1-to-1 scale. Gallahorn, Bungie.
It's coming.
Come on now.
It's coming. So how? So how can I win one of these?
You specifically, I found out by watching a video this week by Aztecross, who is doing a giveaway for one of these spears in the US. So that's who I found out that is doing for you, but they don't say who's giving away these things. So I'm guessing Houndish is keeping his and not telling anyone.
Seems accurate.
So make sure to keep a lookout for your local social channels to see some exciting opportunities surrounding these particular spears. Who knows? Maybe you'll be one of the lucky few that win one.
So Respawn, can you give us a small lore reading about this spear?
Yeah.
I absolutely can. Guardian. My scions toiled to affix the ruins of Gull's light-suppressing device to a weapon. A war axe would be too heavy for weak human arm. A maul lacked the resonance to pierce the psionic sphere. Finally, I held the synaptic spear in my hands, untested, and I frowned. It was meant to be wielded by a light bearer in the mindscape, where their power would change it into a gleaming beacon. Even Savathun would shield her eyes from its glare. I listened to their claims before taking the weapon for myself. They raised their voices in protest, but I silenced them with a look. On the far shores of Sorrow's harbor, I waded into the hordes of ravening hive. Though the dull metals of the spear would not speak to me, I still made it sing. I may not have light, but I have strength. Empress Kaido. Booyah!
Well, that's a wrap. Your final trial before Season of the Dungeon ships. And all that's left is a weekend of freelance zone control trials, a few triumphs, and your Season of the Risen title.
Yep.
Until next Tuesday, patch notes and all. DMG says cheers.
Indeed. And the Respawn's Report Roundup is all about something that's not going to matter in 3 days, so disregard.
So we're not even going to mention that they fixed a thing with the stupid medallions like 3 days until the end of the season.
There's no point.
Like, it baffles the mind. So they've resolved an issue where medallions we're not counting the correct amount of progress toward the main Guardian Games quest. Players should see quicker progression when turning these medallions. Why say anything? Even DMG just tweeted a picture of Telesto, so it's all over.
Yeah, well, that picture of Telesto was attached to his tweet of the Telesto threatening to this next season. Don't tempt it. So
it's going to.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Telesto. It doesn't have a choice.
It doesn't. So Nitedemon, what tips and tricks do you have? Fun videos we can watch? Do you have any streamers being offered $1,500 to hurt themselves in a Grandmaster or anything for us?
What?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, I just have the video I told you about with getting the Guardian Games medal, which was that one, and I'll probably link the cheese one of how to do your solo matchmaking.
Yep.
And and just the things that I spouted on about that I'm not sure if made into the podcast because we've had audio cutting in and out for the whole thing. So I don't know whether I've cut out, Respawn's cut out, or Peroty's cut out until we've actually come to editing. And then you guys will find out, see how bad it is, and won't download us ever again.
Oof.
Yeah. Might be a 20-minute show and there's nothing. So yeah, Respawn, one of Fallout's followers offered him $1,500 if he could get through the Grandmaster Nightfall in 10 tries or less.
Solo.
So if you want to watch our favorite streamer who likes to hurt himself some more, there's another way you can do that.
I would definitely have taken that.
I bet you would have. Silly biscuit.
Would you have succeeded? We'll see.
Probably not. Before we go, I'm going to say thank you to all those people that do subscribe to us on YouTube, all 277 people.
Nice.
But if you listen to this podcast in just audio, just head over to the YouTube. Just click that. You know, people say click the button, subscribe, and all that stuff. You don't even. I'm not saying click the bell because you already listened to us on the audio version. Just go over there and subscribe because I just want to see how funny it would be to go from 277 up to we have more than 1,000 listeners. Just to go up to 1,000 in YouTube and see what YouTube give us. See if we can get one of those silver play buttons or whatever it is that they give you, because that would be quite funny. Just you don't even have to watch. You don't have to watch any of my gameplay. Sometimes it is terrible gameplay, and I do not recommend it because it's just bad. But thank you to everybody.
Sad, but it's okay.
Yeah. And you know what? What really hurts my feelings right now is I've been streaming longer than you've been doing the YouTube, I think. And I've only got 155 followers.
No, we're about 150 episodes ahead of you on YouTube, bud.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even care. Everybody.
I don't know when you started streaming, but
also follow me.
Yeah. So go to Respawn's house and follow him. And we don't ask often, but we're going to ask if you like the show, or at least if you tolerate the show. If the show makes you unreasonably angry like Respawn, leave us a review somewhere. I don't even care where. Apple Podcasts, Audible. If there's a box to leave a review, leave a review. Make it a 1, make it a 17. I don't care. Leave a review. Tell the internet that you enjoy the show. And we'll be back with another episode next week, and probably with a seasonal name and maybe with a song and dance. Maybe
and
2
if
songs.
You leave a review, I promise you I'll read it because I love reading these reviews. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's fun. I enjoy it.
It is.
Yep.
And I think this is where our 17-hour-long epic comes to an end. And I say thank you for joining us. This has been Season of the Risen. We're moving on to Season of the Falcon next season. Your Titans, Warlocks, Hunters, or maybe Falconeers are Peroty, Nitedemon, and no one responds in real life.
Yo.
Our little scribe is not Arf, who's not Arf, not Warlock, not Titan, not Hunter. Who knows what he is? You should email the show at 2titans@hotmail.com. We're on Twitter at 2titans_hunter. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Really, if you can type in 2 Titans and a Hunter, you can find us. I believe in you, Guardian. I believe in you. And on Tuesday, you'll find us playing things, or maybe Wednesday. It's really hard to say when the servers will come back up. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Audible, YouTube, everywhere fine podcasts are sold. You can get audio into your ears. Watch the show on YouTube. The nice British man works very hard playing games and uploading a video that someone started and then gave up on, that he then took the reins of because he enjoys hurting himself. And you can join our Discord at discord.frozen.party. That's frozen with a 0. We make no promises. We make no guarantees. There is no warranty. And until next week, guys, say goodbye. And what season do you think it's going to be next season?
Deuces and Redacted, obviously.
Yeah, it's all Deuces and it's all Redacted.
Season of Whiteout and Sharpies.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
Under the sea,
It will look better down where it's
everything's
wetter.
better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Don't get copyrighted.
And now treated to 2 songs this week.
2 songs and a Hunter.
Yeah, we don't make any money off of it, so we can sing as much as we like.
Mm-hmm.